So the Super Bowl is in 2 days, and we just had the NFL honors last night. All the awards were handed out. This episode is actually not dedicated to the NFL honors because I don't think we have much to say about that other than my boy Terrell Suggs getting robbed. I'm rocking the 55 jersey in his honor. I got this at a store in Alabama that sold lost items at an airport for like $10. I got this bad boy. Black jersey number
That's good stuff.
55. No disrespect to the great Luke Kuechly, but I think Kuechly getting in before Suggs is kind of ridiculous. Suggs has 139 career sacks. But that's about all we have to say about the Hall of Fame. I think the right guys got in. Other than Frank Gore, I think Frank Gore not being in yet is kind of ridiculous. Third most rushing yards in NFL history, and we let in a kicker first. No disrespect to Vinatieri. Vinatieri belongs in the Hall of Fame as well. But come on now. I mean, really?
Yeah. I'd be okay with the classes being bigger. Like I wish more guys were able to get in at once, but it is what it is with the voting because it's you could check off 3 guys on your ballot.
Yeah, I think that's for
It's
coaches only.
that's coaches only. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, whatever. But whatever. Hopefully, Tom Brady doesn't get jilted
Yeah.
next year. Otherwise, we'll have a lot of stuff to talk about. But we are not going to go in
Yes.
depth on the honors or the awards. We've already done our Super Bowl predictions. But what we are going to do is grade all the Super Bowls. There have been 59 Super Bowls played in NFL history, and we're going to put all of them into this big bad tier list. Now, it's ranking S through F, and here's the criteria because it's not just how good the game was, right? We're also considering historical significance. That's another thing that matters.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell the story of the NFL without this game, right? There are a couple of games
Yeah.
in here that aren't really that interesting in terms of how good the game was, but they're so important to NFL history, it might get a bump. And it might be the other way around. There are a couple of good Super Bowls that I don't think really stand the test of time historically, so they might take a hit because of
Mm-hmm.
that.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're going from 1 through 59. The one question I have for you is, do you think we
Mm.
should start with 1 and work our way up to now, or should we start now and work our way back?
Let's start with 1 and work our way up. We gotta start where it all began.
We're going to
That's
start
how
where it all
every good
began.
story starts.
Back in 1967, before it was called the Super Bowl, it was the AFL NFL World Championship game. Now, this game, it was the Packers and the Chiefs. This is back when the AFL NFL divide was very real. No one really thought much of the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs were supposed to get their ass kicked, and they did. It was
They did.
35-14. I believe it was
It was 35 to 10.
35 to, I believe it was 14 to 10 at half.
Oh, it was
It was
14 to 10 at half. Yes, it was 14 to 10
it
at
was
half.
actually a
I'm
contest.
looking at all the super. I'm looking at everything
The
as we
only
go.
play, the only play from this game I think is really memorable is when Max McGee made that one-handed grab when the ball was away from him. He reached out and grabbed it. I'm sure you've seen
That's
it.
like the one. That's like the one in all the like NFL like highlight clips you see in
Yes,
like the Super Bowl compilations. Yeah,
it's Max
I
McGee.
would. I think that this game should be solidly in C tier.
I agree.
Because I think average I think because I think if C is the average, um, and this is where it all started. Like it's an important game. It was the first Super Bowl,
Yes,
but there's not a lot to it. The Packers were dominant, like for however long, however many years before that. How many championships did Lombardi win before this? NFL championships?
I know he won
Because
in
they
'65. He won the last NFL championship before they did the Super Bowl. I
the
think he
merger.
won in
Yeah.
'60. He won in '62. I
So they
think
won.
the Bears won in '63. The
So they
Eagles
won
won in
4 in a
60.
row.
No, they won 65, 66, 67. 64, the Browns won. That's their last
Oh,
championship.
64. Oh, okay.
Lombardi became the coach in 59. I think the Colts won in
Hmm.
59. Look at
Yeah.
us, NFL historians right here. We just got all the information. 60 was the Eagles, 61. You know what? Who won the NFL championship? You know what? 1961 NFL champions. Championship game. Who won it? That was the Packers. Okay. So the Packers won in 61, 62, 65, 6 and 7. So Lombardi should have 5 championships.
He has 5 championships.
Um,
Okay.
so
You can't. Yeah, and I
yeah,
think that this
the
you can't
Super
tell the
Bowl,
story of the.
the Super Bowls.
I think
Okay,
what
we're all over the place. You go.
I was gonna say. I think that this game and Super Bowl II should probably both go in like C, around the same caliber of game. Packers won. They Super Bowl II, they beat the Raiders like 33-14, right?
Yes.
You So those probably weren't like the most entertaining games to watch, but you can't tell the story of modern football without Vince Lombardi and Bart Starr and the early Green Bay Packers.
The
So, especially, and back then the Raiders were like a cool team back then, late 60s through the
pre Al Davis, I
70s and
believe.
80s.
I don't think Al Davis was the owner
Was
yet.
that he may have not been. I don't know who the coach was when they during that Super Bowl they lost. I
Oh,
don't think it was Madden.
what was his name? I think Madden was on the staff, but he wasn't the head coach. I think the coach
Oh, he
left for the
wasn't.
Bills, which left the spot open, and then Madden got the job. I don't remember his name, but he became Buffalo's
But
coach. These games are not really interesting to watch, other than that Max McGee catch that we just talked about. But the Super
yeah,
Bowl, I'm not that familiar with soccer. I don't know. I know the World Cup is huge. The Super Bowl is either the biggest sporting event or the second biggest sporting event after the World Cup, and this is the start of it.
yeah,
So I would actually put Super Bowl II in D tier because that game didn't have the
yeah.
significance of the first one, and it's also not that interesting.
That's true. From my perspective, it's C tier because it's Vince Lombardi's last
That is
championship
true. That is
as an
Lombardi's
NFL
last
head
game.
as an
Yeah.
NFL head
With the
coach.
Packers.
He
With the
just
Packers. He coached a little bit more, but that was his last Packers game as coach. He went to the
yeah,
Redskins. Started to turn them around, and then he passed away. But you know what?
yeah.
That's fair. It's Lombardi's last game. We'll go see.
I think C is fair.
Now, this is where things get interesting. Super Bowl III, in terms of the actual quality of the game, really there's not much to talk about. It was a 16-7 clunker. The only play from this game that I remember from like watching highlights was late in the first half, Earl Morrall's back to throw it, and the receiver, I want to say his name, the name in my head is Benny Moore. I might be completely wrong. He is streaking down the field, wide ass open for a touchdown. Morrall just doesn't see him, and he throws a pick. That's the only play from this game that I think, at least for me, that I can recall from like watching NFL film stuff.
I remember the touchdown, the Jets touchdown. It was the running back. I forgot his name,
I
but
think it was
Joe
Snell?
name it the whole.
Tim
What?
Snell? You know what? Let's find out.
I'm not. Yeah, look it up. But yeah,
We're doing
the whole
research.
thing is that Joe Namath didn't even have a touchdown that game. The only touchdown scored for the Jets was a rushing touchdown. I know. I remember the play of the guy.
Matt Snell.
Matt Snell. Okay,
And
Blake
then
Snell.
Namath, 17 for 28, 206. No, that's honestly for 1968 is not a bad game, honestly.
It's fine. Yeah.
Meanwhile, the Colts threw
different
4
back then.
interceptions between the two quarterbacks because then Unitas came in.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
So this game is a complete bore. However, this might be the most famous upset in NFL history. The story of
Yeah.
the Jets being 18-point underdogs, Namath guaranteeing victory, then them winning. One of the most famous pieces of NFL films footage of all time is Namath running on the field doing the finger up in the air. We're number one.
Yeah.
So I am going to propose that this game goes in B tier.
I was gonna say
this is one of the most significant games in the history of sports. Because this kind of is what kicked off the AFL NFL merging. Because that was the AFL saying we can hang with these guys who are just as good. We beat you when it wasn't Lombardi. And what if the leagues never merged? Does the AFL fold? I mean, do we have 2 leagues forever?
Yeah.
I'm going B.
So this, yeah. I think it's B tier because I think it's iconic enough. And it's probably, if you were to sit down and watch that game, like just based on the highlights I've seen, you could probably get enjoyment and be like, yeah, this is like a cool old school game.
It's not like
you
nothing
know,
happened.
I think no, it's not like nothing happened. There was a few touchdowns. And back then there was just less scoring overall.
Yeah. It was a defensive league.
In general.
You could knock the quarterback's head off.
So
we'll go B.
So yeah, Super Bowl III B tier.
Super Bowl IV. It is Super Bowl III, but not as interesting because this was the Chiefs beating the Minnesota Vikings, the first of their many Super Bowl flops. I believe the Vikings were 2 touchdown favorites, and this game was also never a contest. But this game does have Hank Stram just losing it on the sideline. He was just walking around It's a lot of fun. The Chiefs dominated. This was the last AFL NFL game ever played before the two leagues merged.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really that competitive. The Vikings, like they did in all their Super Bowls in that era, just didn't show up.
Yeah.
Not that interesting. I think it's. I don't think you can put it F tier because at least you have something to come out of this game. But I would put it firmly in D tier.
I was gonna put it in D tier as well, but also because it's very easy to tell when a Chiefs fan is a bandwagon or not, because I've seen Chiefs fans say we've won 3 Super Bowls. Like I feel like a lot of people just forget this game happened. Like I forgot this game happened for a while. Like when I was of course, if like you asked me how many Super Bowls have the Chiefs won, I'd say 4.
Right.
But like I never think of that. You know, like when I think of the Super Bowl 4 has never come to mind once. I don't think for me. It wasn't like we'll get to some of the blowouts or the snooze fests, but it's a D tier game.
Hank Stram alone can keep this out of F tier, but that's as high as it's gonna go. Okay, now this is another interesting one. Super Bowl 5. This is the first Super Bowl that I would say was close. The final score was 16-13. Jimmy O'Brien kicked the game-winning field goal for the Baltimore Colts to get redemption. They were going to cut his hair after the game, but after he made that kick, they let him keep his precious hair. This was the last championship for the Baltimore Colts. Last championship for the Colts for over 3 decades. Yeah. Now, some might argue this game should be high because it was the first ever really close Super Bowl. With that being said, this might be the ugliest bid game ever played. I don't know if you know this. Guess how many total turnovers were in this game? Guess.
I'm going to say 5.
You're not even halfway there. 11 turnovers in this game.
Really?
The Colts committed 7.
That's crazy.
The Colts, who felt burdened by the Super Bowl III loss and were hell-bent on redeeming themselves and kind of establishing how great they were, 7 turnovers. Yeah. But the Cowboys committed 4 turnovers as well, and they had one big play to it was John Mackey, where the ball hit a Cowboy. I think it hit a Dallas Cowboys player's hands, deflected into the chest of Mackey, scored the touchdown. Then they missed the extra point, and it was only a 6-point score. It was that kind of game.
Yeah.
So
this game has a little flavor though, because it's the only Super Bowl ever where a player on the losing team won MVP. Chuck Howley won MVP. He was a Cowboys linebacker. He won Super Bowl MVP.
Let's do this real quick. What we're gonna do is boot this up. Look, what am I doing? Okay, here we go. One Super Bowl 16-13 versus Dallas Cowboys. 16-13. All these ads are on the screen. We can't be having this. Wow. 7 turnovers. The Colts ran for 69 yards on 31 carries. Dallas 102.
Jeez.
The Colts did throw over 260 yards. 5 fumbles for the Colts. They lost 4 of them. Earl Morrall.
And they still won.
They completed 11 total passes if you include this guy, Sam Haverlack. Meanwhile, Craig Morton, 3 picks. Oh, Lord. Horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. One of the ugliest games you'll ever see.
Yeah.
So, what do we think?
I haven't watched a lot of NFL films or like archive footage or this game in its full. I just know the field goal.
Right.
So I'm going to leave this ranking up to you because I personally don't know much about this game from entertainment wise.
It's D or F. Probably. Yeah. There's only so much ironic enjoyment you can get out of a game just being horrible. Just the two teams look like they don't belong in the Super Bowl. If this was week 5, it'd be funny. I don't think this is funny. This is it's a bad look for the league.
I think that
there are some real laughers that have nothing memorable in this list. I'll go D tier because it does have a nickname. This is the Blunder Bowl, is what this game is known as in history.
Yeah.
But that is
all
this
this better than? Are you putting it above Super Bowl 4?
No. At least Super Bowl 4 gave us Hank Stram yapping on the sidelines, and that touchdown to, I don't remember his first name, is Taylor. Chiefs player caught the pass, broke the tackle, housed it. That's like a memorable play. I'll put 4 ahead of 5.
Okay.
Okay, Super Bowl
All right.
6. We might need to rapid fire through some of these because this is a stretch where it doesn't get that interesting. The Dallas Cowboys
Yeah.
got redemption over the Miami Dolphins. I believe it was
Uh-huh.
24-3. Shula left for Miami a couple years. So this is Shula's first appearance in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Let's pull this up. 24-3 was your final score. 10-3 at the
F.
half. Roger Staub.
Just skip.
Oh man, Roger Staubach completed 12 passes for 119 yards, but he did throw 2 touchdowns and no picks, double-digit passer rating. Ready for this? Bob Greasy, Miami quarterback, 12 for 23, 134 yards, 1 pick, passer rating 51.7. That is the NFL in the 1970s for you. So this game, it's
Jeez.
either the bottom of D tier or it's F tier. Maybe it could be in D
I
tier because it's the Cowboys first and Tom Landry's first Super Bowl. That's all this game has. Other than that, it is a
um
laugher.
the thing is that Tom Landry has some better games after this, and Don Shula wins 2 big games after this. So
And this,
I personally think it's an F tier level game.
I won't argue. I won't argue F tier.
Three, you're like, especially for me because I'm a Giants fan. Like, you think I want to watch the Cowboys just score 24 points, then the Dolphins kick a field goal?
Yeah,
No, F. We're putting it in F.
fine. All right. Now Super Bowl 7. We have 2 more Dolphins Super Bowls to cover in this decade, 1970s. This is the perfect season. Dolphins went
Yeah,
17-0. They were actually underdogs in this game. Would you believe it or not? They were underdogs,
really?
despite being perfect against the Washington Redskins.
Huh.
They were, yep, they were perfect. They were going to the Super Bowl. They were. Let me find the line on here. Maybe this doesn't show game info. They were 1 point. Oh, the Vegas line says they were 1 point favorites.
1 point favorites.
I have
Okay.
read all over the place that they were underdogs. Some betting lines had Washington as favorites to win. This is another game that's not that exciting to watch. 14-7. I mean, at least that's a 1-score game. I actually think Washington
Yeah.
got the ball back late. But this
Yeah,
game
it
does
was
have.
14 zip. It was 14 zip most of the game.
But have you seen the Gary
I'm looking at it.
Yepremian play?
Probably.
One of
What is?
the kicker. You know what I'm talking about? The Dolphins are about to kick the field goal to make it 17-0. They're going to be a 17-0 team.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. That alone. So with that and with Gary Yepremian's gaff and the fact that this is the perfect team, the only perfect team that we'll probably ever see. I don't think it's ever going to happen again. I think we're towing the line between B and C.
Really? I was gonna say we should put this game in A.
I don't know about.
I think this
Okay,
is too.
okay. The game
I
wasn't that good. Like you had
I think
you had
I
an
just
iconic moment. Let's go B.
I
Let's just
think
go B.
I think the fact that there's an iconic moment and it got tight towards the end, and then in Don Shula, it was his first Super Bowl win as a head coach.
Yeah.
It capped off the perfect season. I personally think, because if we are weighing in cultural significance, I think that the game that capped off a perfect season alone is enough to put it in A tier. Like, that's a lot of significance. But
Okay, so the Skins got the ball down. What the heck? Okay, the Skins got the ball down by 7 with 1:14 left with the ball at their own 30. So, not that. I mean, their odds weren't that good. I mean,
mhm.
a drive against the perfect team in the 70s with 1:14 left, you're probably not scoring.
Yeah.
And they got -4 yards. They got -13 yards. Sorry, they had a negative 4-yard completion, then a sack to end the game.
That's a rough one.
It has an iconic moment. It's a perfect team, but the game wasn't that interesting. I'll go B. I think it's Super Bowl.
All right.
It's Super Bowl 3, kind
Sure.
of with a different flavor. Super Bowl 8 is kind of Super Bowl 3's version of Super Bowl 4, if that makes any sense at all. Not that
I was gonna say.
Another big moment for these Dolphins, their last Super Bowl to date, but this is the second flop of the Vikings. This game is not that interesting to look back on, other than the only play I remember is Larry Zonka bulldozing somebody as he gets into the end zone
Yeah,
from like NFL
I
film.
was gonna.
That's all
So
this game has.
this is the only instance of a fullback winning a Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, Zonka.
Yeah, Larry Zonka.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm going F.
I'm fine. That's perfectly fine with
Yeah,
me.
let's move on. Super Bowl
Yeah.
9. This is 1974. This is the Steelers' first Super Bowl. This is when they beat the Minnesota Vikings again. This is the Minnesota's third loss.
Yeah.
I think this is the only
Steelers.
Minnesota Super Bowl loss that was kind of competitive. It was 16 to
Ah,
6 final score.
I'm looking at this score line. It was 2-0 Steelers at halftime, and then 9-0 Steelers going into the fourth. And then it looks like I don't know if those are field goals or a touchdown and a missed extra. It was probably they probably went for two and didn't get it.
No,
But
here's what
this
happened.
game kind of looks.
Here's what happened. The Steelers were up 9 to nothing. They went to punt, and Minnesota blocked the punt and scored a touchdown on it. Either they scored a touchdown on the punt, or they got the ball at the 2-yard line and punched it in. That's how they got the touchdown. They missed the extra point. You couldn't go for two back then. They missed the extra point.
Oh, you couldn't go for two back then.
No, that became a rule in 1994. So.
Oh, that's recent.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
So on the next drive, the Steelers threw the ball, open receiver, caught it, runs a few feet, and then fumbles the ball. Minnesota recovers. But the two officials that rule Minnesota ball are overruled by an official on the other side of the field that called it an incomplete pass.
Oh, okay.
Or either they called it an incomplete pass or that the Steelers recovered even though they didn't. So the Vikings caught a bad break, then they gave up the touchdown to put the game away late. So
Okay. What do you think?
It was weirdly competitive. This is the Steelers dynasty of the 70s, one of the best teams ever. One of the best dynasties of all time. It's significant in that regard. 2 years after the Immaculate Reception, Minnesota's third loss. This game was at least kind of interesting late. I mean, it wasn't a thriller, but
yeah,
it was kind of compelling. I will go. I think it's it's C or D. We're teetering.
I think C.
All right, that's fine.
Because the significance of the Steelers dynasty is important in my opinion.
That's fine. Super Bowl 10 is not as historically significant, but it is a pretty good game. This is this is the first Steeler Cowboy game. First of I think 3 Super Bowls in history between the two teams.
Yeah.
The final score is 21-17. The Steelers scored 14. The Steelers were trailing going into the fourth quarter. It was 10-7.
Yeah.
I believe this is the game that had the amazing Lynn Swann catch.
Yeah, the catch, yeah.
And had a couple of great Lynn Swann catches.
Yes, I think Lynn Swann was MVP of the game.
Was he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
There you go. The Steelers were 12-2. The Cowboys are here because they got the Hail Mary against the Vikings. Play by play. Let's see. When did Pittsburgh? Okay, so the Steelers went up 21-10. It was a decent game.
I'd say this is like a B tier game.
I'm fine with that. The first Steeler Cowboy Super Bowl. It was interesting. You had some great highlights. Yeah, we'll go B. So we're 10 Super Bowls in, and we have yet to get an A-tier game. And I don't think that's changing because this is Super Bowl 11 when the Raiders beat the you-know-what out of the Minnesota Vikings. This is Minnesota's fourth, and as we stand, final appearance in the Super Bowl. Yeah. Willie Brown. Yes.
Yeah.
You cannot watch NFL films in 1970s without seeing that video. This game was 32-7. It was 19-0 in the first quarter. The only significance this game has is John Madden winning the Super Bowl. That's all this game has going for it. It's a total laugher.
It was so it was 16-0 halftime.
16-0. Sorry.
16-0.
It was 19-0 at one point though.
Yeah, it was 19-0.
It was 19-0. Like, please.
Yeah,
this game's not that interesting.
Yeah.
It's D or F. Do you want, unless you want to give it a bump to D tier because of John Madden?
I think it's bottom of D because John Madden's a cool guy and he's significant, and Willie's he has the one highlight we've all seen.
Oh jeez.
We'll probably see it on Sunday.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. They always show that.
So bottom of D tier?
Yeah, I'd go D tier.
What the
Bottom
heck.
of D.
All right. So that's enough of the Minnesota Vikings. We're not going to utter their name again for the rest of this video.
They're gone.
Yep, they're gone. So now we are in 1977. Maybe I'm going to say it right now. We're going to go in and put this bad boy in F tier.
I was gonna say
This is the Dallas Cowboys second. We were
if you
that
think
close. We were that close to John Madden versus Tom Landry in the Super Bowl, but the Raiders offense didn't show up against the Orange Crush defense in the AFC Championship. Do you want to hear quarterback Nirvana? Are you ready for this?
Let's do it.
Craig Morton, quarterback of the Broncos. He threw 15 passes. Guess how many he completed?
15?
4.
Oh, well. I thought it was gonna be like he had like a good game and then the team just did nothing.
No, he completed 4 of his 15 passes. 39 yards. 39 yards.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Oh, I'm coughing. It's so bad. It's making me
That's
sick.
39 more than we'll ever have.
That's true. You never know. If we get a cup of coffee, you never know. Name the random fan in the stands gets to play for a quarter. 0 touchdowns. Count of 1, 2, 3, 4 interceptions. Passer rating of 0.0. That is a worse passer rating than we will ever have. I'll tell you that much.
Yeesh.
It's the only one of its kind in NFL history.
Wow.
Roger Staubach had a 102 passer rating, had a pretty good game, 27-10. I literally cannot tell you one play from this game.
I have no memory of watching that game.
Well, yeah, you weren't alive
in any way.
Yeah.
No, but you know what I mean,
yeah,
like NFL films.
This might be the worst Super Bowl ever played. I'll say it.
Put it in F.
This game has nothing. So
this next game though.
Now let's talk actual football. The Cowboys were back in '78, but so were the Pittsburgh Steelers. And in the first year, this is the first year of the 16-game season, we got our first really epic Super Bowl. This game has a handful of iconic moments. Maybe the most famous one being Jackie Smith dropping the wide open touchdown in the end zone. Oh, bless his heart, he's got to be the sickest man in America. From the announcer. I love watching like old school games that resemble the game today. Just thrilling.
Yeah.
If you watch the 1966 NFL Championship, Cowboys-Packers. That was a high-flying offensive shootout in 1966. That is such a treat. I love these kinds of games. Pittsburgh was up 35-17 late, but Dallas rallied to make it 35-31 with 20-something seconds left, but could not recover the onside kick. But this was it was 21-17 at the half. I believe the Cowboys scored a defensive touchdown, if I'm not mistaken. Let's find it real quick. 14, Terry Bradshaw. Terry Bradshaw threw a 75-yard touchdown to John Stallworth right after a sack fumble recovered by Mike Hegman for a 37-yard touchdown for Dallas.
It was 21-14 going into the half, and then going into the fourth quarter, it was 21-17.
And then
the Steelers pulled out, and then I wouldn't be mad at putting.
I'll go. This game, if it was intense up until the very end, I'd say S tier. But this game being 35-17 with less than 7 minutes left keeps it out of S tier and puts it in A tier. But this is the first. I think this is the first great Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I give it A tier.
I was teetering on S, but I think A is appropriate.
All right, there you go. Our first A tier.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah, I think it's deserving.
Yeah, absolutely. And now, it's time for one of the more underrated Super Bowls of all time. You might have thought this next one was going to be a laugher. It doesn't really go down in history, but it was a good one. So, the Steelers, I guess the Steelers had already cemented their dynasty when they won the third one, but then they won their fourth one. 12-4 again. They go to play the Los Angeles Rams in the Super Bowl. Now, this is an interesting one. The Rams were winning in the fourth quarter, if you believe it or not. The Steelers were favored by 10 points. Now, the Rams, I'm going to tell you a fun little story. This is for the historians out there. The Rams were a consistent playoff team in the 70s, but could not get past the Vikings or the Cowboys. They kept on falling I think they lost like 4 or 5 conference championships. They were the Bill Cowher Steelers in the 1970s. And then in the mid 70s, the Rams quarterback, you might know him, John Hadle. Does that name ring a bell?
Not really, but go on.
He was the
I
quarterback who
don't
wore
think so.
21. He wore 21 for the Chargers.
Oh yeah. Okay, I know that guy.
He's on the
Yeah.
Rams. And then you have, I'll try not to get too sidetracked because we're talking about the Super Bowl. Then you have the Green Bay Packers coached by Dan Devine, who is the guy in Rudy. I don't know if you've seen that movie.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
So the Packers are building a decent team and they want a quarterback. They have an agreement to go get Archie Manning from the New Orleans Saints. They're going to give 2 first-round picks for Archie Manning, who's like 25 and a star, but the Saints are bad. So Bill Tobin, future GM, the Mel Kiper guy, is working for the Packers. He's going to go to Atlanta to watch the Saints play the Falcons. He'll go see the Saints front office. They'll handshake agree, and finalize the trade. In that game, the Saints backup gets injured. The third stringer comes in and is terrible. The Saints get cold feet and nix the trade. Last second.
Really?
So,
Wow.
the Packers, in a panic, go call up the Rams and give up 2 first-round picks for John Hadle.
Wow.
Excuse me. John Hadle is awful. The Rams use those picks to bolster their line and secondary. Super Bowl. So you have that. This game was really interesting. It was 19-17 in favor of the Rams in the fourth quarter. Very underappreciated game. The Rams quarterback actually did not have a good game. Bradshaw completed 2/3 of his passes, 101 passer rating. He threw, I believe, the dagger touchdown, or the touchdown that would be the game winner early in the fourth. 73-yard touchdown to John Stallworth. Goes over the shoulder in the middle of the field. And the fourth quarter is the Rams running out of gas. But this is a very underrated Super Bowl. And honestly, it would be the... Actually, no. What I was about to say is a lie. This one... It doesn't really go down in history necessarily because the Rams weren't supposed. People see that the Rams weren't supposed to win and that they didn't win and it wasn't. They see a final score of 31-19. B or C?
I'd say B because it's underrated.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'd say I definitely watched that game over the C tier games.
Give it its credit. It was a good game. Now we move into the 1980s where things get lousy. We'll try. I don't know about speed running the 1980s, but I'm not going over all these in detail. Some of these are just brutal. 1980, the last Oakland Raiders Super Bowl. They beat up the Eagles. Yeah. This game wasn't interesting. I can't tell you one play from that game. Ron Jaworski was bad. I'm going F.
Yeah,
this game had nothing going on. It's not. I'll put it above a 12. But that's it.
Yeah. This next game, that was good.
Yes. There are 2 Super Bowls in the 80s that are actually worth talking about, and this is one of them. And ironically, they both feature the same 2 teams.
Yeah, I was going to say.
The Bengals probably win this game if not for an epic goal line stand from like the 1 yard, 1st and goal from the 1, and the 49ers held. There are some really sick plays from this game. I try not to die while we're making this. Yeah. Like, I think on 3rd down, they actually try to throw the ball. They throw it in the flat to, I think, the tight end, and he gets just swallowed at the goal line by one guy. His name was Dan Bunz with a Z at the end. B-U-N-Z. What a name.
That's a sick name.
Wrapped him up and threw him down and stopped him, and they stuffed their 260-pound fullback, Pete Johnson, late. This is a great story for Bill Walsh, and I do want to talk about this. In my most viewed video of all time, I actually talk about this. Bill Walsh was a Bengals coach for a while. He was a receivers coach, quarterback coach, worked his way up the ranks.
Yeah.
And in 1976, he decided it was time to be a head coach. But the Bengals passed him up for Bill Tiger Johnson. The Bengals wanted him to stay as offensive coordinator. Walsh instead goes to college for a little bit. When he tries to get an NFL job, Paul Brown basically spends the rest of his life smack-talking Bill Walsh. You're not a leader. The reports are saying, XYZ about you. And Walsh was, blindsided by it. But he gets the 49er job. Who does Walsh meet in that first Super Bowl?
Cincinnati.
Beat him. This is
pretty epic.
This is the lesser known of the 2 49er Bengals Super Bowls, but it was a good game.
Yeah.
It's not quite A tier. I'd give it, middle of B.
Yeah, I'd put it. I think it's B tier above the previous Super Bowl.
Okay, we'll do that.
Yeah,
17,
yeah,
1982. This is the strike shortened season. This is the Washington Redskins' first Super Bowl. This play does have one iconic moment: the John Riggins
yeah.
on, I
When
think on
he's
fourth down.
lumbering down.
They went for it on fourth down,
Yeah,
did they not?
yeah.
Let's look.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, wait. Zonka wasn't the only fullback to win it. Riggins won MVP too. I
What
forgot about that.
was Riggins a fullback?
Yeah,
I guess fullbacks matter back then, so that's fair.
fullbacks were cool back then.
Yeah, they were cool. Let me. I want to make sure I got my facts right. Let's make sure it was fourth down when Reagan scored that touchdown. Let's see. We're gonna go to the full play-by-play. I think Washington was up 3, and people thought they should have punted. Third down, no. Oh, they were losing when they did that, and then on
Oh, really?
fourth and one, they go for it, and Riggins runs for the touchdown.
That's pretty sick.
That's all this game has going for it. But it sounds like it wasn't a total laugher of a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm thinking top of C or bottom of B.
Let's go. I'd go top of C.
Yeah, it'll be right above the first 2 Super Bowls based on the fact that it was actually a contest. Okay.
Yeah,
Now, are you ready for this? Are you ready for the speed run?
I am.
1983
these next
Redskins
games
Raiders
are
38-9. It had the Marcus Allen run, and that's it. Do we want to go D because you have the pick 6?
Yeah, fine.
Marcus
yeah.
Allen.
Yeah, D.
All right, bottom of D though. 1984 Montana Marino. That was cool, but this game was not a contest.
It was cool, but it was
Bottom of D again or top of F?
I'd go top of, or no, I'd go bottom of D because at least the 2 teams in it were like the 2 best teams that year.
Yeah.
Like at least like the teams were good. It was like a showdown of basically the 2 best quarterbacks in the league. And it's just that the 49ers proved to be the better team. And it wasn't like the Dolphins were up 10-7 after the first quarter, and then going into halftime, it was 28-16. It wasn't like over yet. It wasn't like over at least. So, yeah.
And then that 49ers team won that Super Bowl, and their next first-round pick was Jerry Rice. So, we'll go... Yeah. It's better than 80... Okay, hold on. It's better than 83.
Yeah.
Is it better than 11? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's better than 5. It'll be top. You know what? Top of D tier. At least it's Montana Marino.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Super Bowl 20. The 85 Bears. List of famous things in the Super Bowl. The fact that it's the 85 Bears, and freaking the fridge touchdown.
Fat ass.
That is it.
Yeah. William Perry.
This game was not...
and Walter Payton was like.
Yeah.
He was like,
I do kind of feel bad for him though.
I do. Here's the thing, I do, but if I just like won a Super Bowl, I'd be so happy.
Not quite F tier.
Really? I think that game was. I've like watched this game. It's a terrible game.
At least you have.
It's like the Patriots. The Patriots didn't. The score was. I think 46-3 for most of the game.
And hey, look, it's pretty cool that the Bears were known for the 46. Hold on, it's pretty cool that the Bears were known for the 46 defense and they scored 46 points.
We can put it in D if you want. I think it's an F tier game.
And I think I will go bottom of D then. I probably would have put it in not top of D, but up a little bit, because I will say this. This is the other point I wanted to make. There is something. Mm-hmm. There is a bit of significance in watching a dominant team that you know is dominate.
Yeah.
There's something to say about the 85 Bears like establishing that they're one of the greatest teams ever with no questions, because that was never a competition.
Yeah.
So we'll go bottom of D tier.
No, I agree. Sure.
86. The first Giants Super Bowl, the first of your Giants.
S tier.
Okay, relax.
S tier.
S tier. I don't think.
I actually. Can I take the bull by the horns here? Because I have some opinions on this game. So the Giants, despite being 14-2, I don't know the actual like betting lines on the game, but there were a lot of people that doubted Phil Simms and were that thought the Broncos were going to win. I don't know if they were actually favored, but a lot of people thought the Broncos were going to win.
Let's find out.
And it was a competitive game in the first half.
The Giants were favored by 9, so
there were like if you watch the NFL films of Phil Simms talking about it and Bill Parcells talking about the game, there were like a lot of Giants doubters. Like I said, I don't know I didn't remember, like I wasn't aware of the actual betting lines.
Yeah.
There were just people that were like, the Giants, whatever. And it was a close game in the first half. It was 10-9. The Broncos were up. They were up 10-9 going into the
Giants got
into the half. Yeah. So I think, and it was also the first game where they said, I'm going to Disney World.
Yes.
I think it's like a C tier game, probably C-ish.
I'm thinking either bottom. I'm thinking it should be below Montana Marino, because this game also wasn't that competitive. I mean, I know at the end of the half it was close, but the Giants ended up winning. It was 39-13 until the Broncos got a late touchdown to make the score look a little better. I cannot tell you one play from this game, respectfully. I'm sure you can, but I don't really remember anything about
fair.
it. It's Parcells' first ring. It's Belichick's first ring as defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
It is the first ring for the New York Giants. So it's not F. I think about it like this. It's like the Montana Marino one, but instead of Montana Marino, it's John Elway, Lawrence Taylor, which is not bad, but it doesn't quite have the aura of Montana Marino. So I would go here.
I can't see it, by the way.
Oh, you can't?
No.
Oh. Okay, well it's right below. It's the second one in D tier.
Okay. All right. We could keep it there.
All right, 1987. The Redskins won their second to beat the Broncos. Doug Williams became the first black quarterback to win a Super Bowl, first to win Super Bowl MVP. He threw 5 touchdowns in the second quarter. Doug Williams sort of breaking the barriers, pretty cool. Timmy Smith ran for 200 yards out of absolutely nowhere. This kind of cemented Elway's legacy for the next decade as a Super Bowl loser. It has significance to it, but the game was over at halftime. So low. I'm thinking it can be low. Right. It'll be right in front of 21. We'll do that. We'll put it right in front of 86. Okay. All right. Now, the only other Super Bowl in the 80s that was any good, 49ers and Bengals Part 2. This is when Joe Montana hit. Yeah. This is when Montana hit John Taylor. John Taylor. Late. Jerry Rice won Super Bowl MVP. I think he had 200 yards. How many receiving yards did Jerry Rice have in that Super Bowl? I want to say it was
he had
180.
He had I was gonna say he hit Jerry Rice, the last drive, the iconic last drive on the slant.
Yes,
where Joe throws it and Jerry gets the touchdown.
But John Taylor got the touchdown, not Jerry.
Are you sure?
Yes,
I thought it was Jerry.
It's John Taylor. Jerry Rice scored a touchdown in this game, but it wasn't the last 34 seconds left. Yeah, it was number 82, John Taylor.
Oh, I thought it was...
Okay. Jerry Rice had 11 catches for 215 yards and a touchdown. Oh, my God. You got to triple cover that man.
That's insanity.
You got to be kidding me. This is the only truly great Super Bowl in the 1980s. You had the Stanford Jennings kick return to give Cincinnati the lead.
Yeah.
This is an interesting one. It's probably, I'd put it at the top of B tier. Or is it low A?
Yeah.
Or is it A?
I think it's iconic enough to put it in A.
There's just kind of cement Montana's Niners as a dynasty.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go A tier.
I'd put it A. Yeah. This next game though, 55-10.
Like I said about the Bears, there is something special in seeing a team just cement themselves as maybe the best team ever. I mean, that is Montana.
Yeah.
The Niners are their absolute best.
And from this point until like Brady's 5th Super Bowl, there were still people that considered Joe the GOAT
Right.
as well. From like this moment up until Super Bowl 51.
It's either right next to
So that's
85 in D tier or it's at the top of F. It was 55-10. Like, that's wild.
I'd I want to put it F because I also think that when the Super Bowl 20, was that the one the Bears won?
Yes.
Super Bowl 20. I think those are both F tier games, but if you want to put this game bottom of D, that's fine too, because I want to put it F for the same reason as Super Bowl 20. But then by your standard, it would be D if we're going by that rule.
I think we have to draw the line somewhere. I'll concede to you and we'll put it at the top of F tier.
Yeah, it's a rough game.
Yeah, it is just
like the 80, because the 89 Niners don't have aren't like, no one's like the 89 Niners. Like, people are like the 85 Bears. Like,
yes.
that's, you know what I mean?
Yes.
When comparing those, yeah.
All right. Well, we're into the 1990s, and you know what that means.
It kicks off with a great Super Bowl.
Let's go, Buffalo. 4 in a row, baby. Buffalo. This is the first. And this is the only one that is worth
entertaining.
Watching. This is the only one that's worth watching.
It's very true.
The Bills were big-time favorites. I don't know about big-time favorites, but they were definitely favorites.
They were big-time favorites.
They were up 12-3 at one point. They had the safety.
You had Jeff Hostetler and O.J. Anderson powering the Giants' offense.
And Bill Parcells burned that clock, and you could not do anything about it, baby. That's what's up.
Yeah.
So, this is an interesting one. The iconic moments are all over the place. You have Mark Ingram Sr. catching the 3rd and 13 pass, breaking the tackle, first down. Scott Norwood going wide right. Does Whitney Houston having the best national anthem performance of all time, does that count?
It should.
Yeah.
It absolutely should.
That's the best anthem performance we'll probably ever see. I'm thinking top of B or A. It might be
I think it's A tier.
Yeah.
It's A tier.
Yeah, you're right. We'll go A.
It's A tier. Wide right might be... To me, wide right is like, for Super Bowl iconic moments, wide right is up there with like 1 yard short and the like Malcolm Butler interception.
Yeah, possibly.
Like, it's up there. That's a top. That's like a insanely iconic.
Yeah, and the fact that kicked
like
off,
you can't.
The fact that kicked off 4 straight losses is wild.
Yeah, and if we're like talking about like Super Bowl significance and everything, like that's like it's a culturally important Super Bowl as well.
Oh yeah,
because of that.
Weren't we at war?
Yeah, we were at war. O.J. Anderson dedicated the thing to the troops. He didn't say, I'm going to Disney. He's like, I want to dedicate the win to the troops.
Yeah.
So I would, it was Tampa, floor. It was like a cool, like, it was like a Super Bowl. Like, that's a Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
Is it above 20?
Is
it above the other two in A tier? It was a good ass game. I think I'm underrating.
It was a close game. It was a close game the entire time.
Was it fun to watch the Giants spend 9 minutes burning clock and then halftime to get the ball another 8 minutes burning clock? That's my one.
It would have been fun to me.
Yeah, that is true. It's old school football. You know what? We'll put it in between. It'll be behind 13 but above 23.
I could live with that.
Okay, let's speed run through these next three. 1991. 91 Redskins are one of the best teams ever. They humiliate the Bills. This is when Thurman Thomas lost his helmet. So it could be higher in F, but it's F.
It's an F tier game.
This is Washington's
this
last
next
Super Bowl.
One.
This is another one's kind of significant. So 92 Cowboys are one of the best teams ever. Obviously, the final score is 52-17. That's your 3rd straight Super Bowl, and that you lose by 5 touchdowns. You should be ashamed of yourself. But late in the first half, it was 14-7, and Buffalo had 1st and goal. But then they got stood up at the goal line and got rejected, and then it snowballed from there. But this game
Yeah.
does have Leon Lett trying to reach over the line, Don Beebe swatting the ball out. That hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
I'll go bottom D, because at least it has some iconic moments. Or at least that one moment. That's one of the most famous blunders in NFL history.
I don't know, man. I think if we were watching this game, we'd be, especially because I hate the Cowboys. I think we'd be like,
yeah,
I don't think it'd be like,
care.
What?
You hate the Cowboys. I don't really care.
Or yeah, I meant I hate the Cowboys.
I hate the Bills. If it's those two teams, I'm rooting for the Cowboys.
You hate the Bills.
Well, I hate them now.
But I think it would have been just like a slot, like a bleh fest.
Yeah, I guess.
I think it's an F tier game.
You know what? How about this?
One's...
How about this? If you agree to let me put this at the bottom of D, I'll move 85 down to F.
We don't have to. 85, like you made you, but you made a compelling argument why 85 should not be an F.
Okay, fine.
So that's fine.
Okay, you know what? Forget I said that. I'll go top of F. That's fine. The Leon Lett gaff is funny, but yeah, 52-17.
Yeah.
Now this one, the last one, this is F, and I don't even think it's a debate.
This is a fugly Super Bowl.
Buffalo was winning at half.
They were winning at half, and I feel bad because I saw a video the other day of all of the archive footage of the Bills guys like in the locker room, like they looked like so like we have to hold on to the lead, we have to hold on. And like some old Bills I forgot which Bills players, but they were talking about what it was like going into half.
I was going to talk about
this. It's like,
this.
Guys, what?
I was going to talk about this, but finish.
Yeah. Like they were like, we have to hold on. This is our chance. We could prove everybody wrong. And then the Cowboys just like ran away with it.
I could have sworn.
Brutal.
Maybe I'm misremembering. I could have sworn it was halftime. Buffalo's winning. They go in the locker room, and deep down they're like, we're not winning this game. Like they knew the bottom was gonna fall out eventually. Maybe I'm misremembering it though.
I mean, maybe there were people that told this that said it like that. I'm just saying from the body language I saw of that footage, they all looked like, guys, this is like our shit. Like we have to. Yeah. We have to hold on.
I almost feel bad.
Yeah, it's an F tier game.
I almost feel bad. Almost.
I wanna feel bad, and here's the thing, I don't have anything against the Bills at all, but I'm so sick of Josh Allen Glazers. Like Allen got 2 MVP votes.
They should lose their vote forever. Oh my God.
The Herbert MVP vote was worse.
That's worse. That's actually worse. But oh my God.
That's worse than the 2. But 2 Josh Allen votes, like Stafford and May were like clearly the 2 guys that should have been in the conversation.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have been anybody else.
In my opinion, if you didn't vote for May or Stafford, you should lose your vote. There's no... You cannot spin that in any way to justify it.
No.
But anyway...
Yeah, you really can't.
But this is about the Super Bowls. Yeah, it's F. I just threw it. I just threw it an F, whatever. 94, This is another F tier game. This is down there with 15 and 12. Or no, maybe not.
Yeah, this was a rough game. This was a rough game. I think this is more like a D tier game. Steve Young had his like whole the monkey off my back. Yeah. He set a Super Bowl record for the most touchdown passes, and Ricky Waters had like that one crazy play where like he bounced off 2 guys and he just ran down the.
Yeah. San Diego had no business being there.
No business being there.
What was the line? It had to have been double digits. No one thought the Chargers were going to win that game.
No.
Let's see.
I can't even.
My
who
guess
was the quarterback of that?
I'm guessing 12.5 point favorites, the 49ers.
Okay.
Let's see. Do you have a guess?
I'll go 13.5.
Oh, Jesus Christ. They were 19-point favorites.
Holy
and they covered.
Crap.
They covered.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they covered.
That's brutal.
I don't even know who the quarterback for that Chargers team was.
Stan
I can't
Humphries.
think of who.
Stan Humphries.
Okay, Stan Humphries.
24 for 49, 275 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 picks. Honestly, he laid it all on the field. He did
what he could.
Good effort, Stan, but no, here's what we'll do.
That team.
We'll put it above 85. It'll be the second highest in D.
Yeah.
Because it is kind of
at least At least at least the Chargers scored some touchdowns.
Yeah, they had. Well, let's see what the score was. I wonder if San Diego had like some
It
garbage
was
time points.
40. Oh.
It was 49-18. Oh my lord, that's sad.
Yeah.
All right,
The
95. This is the last Cowboys Super Bowl to date. This is infamously the one where Jerry Jones said that he asked God if he could win this one, he'll never ask for another one, and that he's still trying to get God to undo that for him. This is their.
I feel like it's less of God keeping him from doing it and more about Jerry's poor general manager decisions since this game.
Well, they did get one with Barry Switzer, so this game did have, I don't want to say iconic moment because it's really forgotten. The Steelers recovered an onside kick in this game. It was the original Sean Payton. They went with a surprise onside kick.
Oh really?
And got the ball back.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, just no one talked about it because then Neil O'Donnell threw the ball right to Larry Brown. I don't know if that was the second time or the first time he did it in that game, but it did it twice. This is Dallas cementing their dynasty. This is them getting payback for the 2 losses to Pittsburgh in the 1970s. It has
was
something,
like an ugly,
and it wasn't a complete blowout. Like, it was interesting.
It wasn't a blowout, but it was still kind of like an ugly game at points. Like I remember seeing like parts of this game and like parts of it were kind of dragged out, and it was after all the Jimmy Johnson drama and he left and yada yada, and I hate the Cowboys, and I'd put it in F tier.
I was gonna go like high D tier.
We could put a D tier.
I think, because let me look this up again. The score is 27-17, which isn't like a total humiliation. It could have been it was 20-17 with 4.5 minutes left. Low key, it's probably C tier. We're probably probably underrating it a lot. Yeah, here's what happened. Pittsburgh scored.
There was the pick at the end.
Yeah, Pittsburgh scored a field goal to make it 20-10. Then they got the onside kick. Then they scored again to make it 20-17 with 7 minutes left. Then they got a stop and got the ball back. They had the ball with 4.5 minutes left, down a field goal. But then Neil O'Donnell threw it right to Larry Brown. This might be B tier. Actually, we're being.
You think so?
It sounds like a good game. And the Steelers didn't have any business winning. They made it interesting. I'll go top of C. I think top of C tier is fair.
We could do top of C
because it doesn't have the historical significance of Super Bowl III, and
Yeah.
But it's a good game. Okay.
Yeah.
96. Sure. This is the Packers getting their get back after being in the basement for about 3 decades. They beat the Patriots and Bledsoe. This is when Desmond Howard had the kick return. Andre Rison scoring a touchdown in the Super Bowl. Brett Favre running with his helmet off. Yeah.
The game was a cool game.
It wasn't a total laugher, but also you have Reggie White. I don't remember the name of the lineman. I think it was Dan something. I might just be making stuff up. Reggie White ragdoll threw him aside. Couple of cool moments in this game.
Reggie White had like 4 sacks that game.
He had 3. He had 2.5 or 3. Because I know Grady Jarrett in Super Bowl 51 had 3, and that either tied the record or set the record. I think he tied the record. This game is carried by a couple of great moments in a game that wasn't a blowout. The Patriots made it interesting late, but
it's like a C tier game.
I'll go bottom of C. I'll go bottom of C.
Sure.
All right, now 97. This might be the most cathartic Super Bowl win of all time for any franchise. The Broncos and Elway in year 17, you have the helicopter hit.
Yeah.
He spun like a freaking helicopter blade. Terrell
Davis going off.
While with the migraine, he couldn't see. There's a famous bit of footage of Terrell Davis going silent. I can't see. And Mike Shanahan saying, or you're going to be a decoy or whatever. This is Favre trying to go back-to-back. The Broncos got a last-minute defensive stop. It was a really good game. I'm thinking like B tier.
I was gonna say A. I think it has enough iconic moments. There's the Steve Atwater.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
3-way hit. There's the this one's for John. Elway's he finally gets it. I think this is like an A tier game. And it was a good game. It was a close game.
I'll give you that one.
I think it's like an A tier game.
All right. So that was Elway's first at long last. And then the next year and
Yeah.
his last year, we got another one in a game that was not nearly as compelling. If only the
We got,
Vikings didn't blow the conference championship.
I was gonna say we
If
got
only.
that could have maybe been the best Super Bowl ever.
We got
That
rejected.
Vikings team,
Gary
that
Anderson missed
Vikings
the field
team
goal.
was awesome.
Yeah,
That
it's
Vikings team
depressing.
was so good.
If that might be, this is my hot take. That might be the worst loss. That's the actually no, this isn't a hot take. That's the worst non Super Bowl loss ever.
Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah, it
you
probably
gotta
is.
contemplate how much you like football after that. I mean, seriously, that would have me wandering like the forest for an hour. But we got the Falcons. The only thing I remember from this
I
game is Eugene Robinson
can
getting caught.
can we give that 98 Falcons team, like the Dirty Birds, can we give them a little credit? They were 14-2.
Yeah, they were good.
I feel like people never talk about the 98 Falcons. Like they had some legit guys. They
It's
were they
kind of
were good.
crazy that they were 14-2 and they were double-digit underdogs. That's wild.
Yeah.
That's how good the Vikings were. But
Yeah.
anyway, this game was 34-6 late until the Falcons got their
Yeah,
garbage
and
time points.
then there was a kick return touchdown. That was the only Falcons touchdown,
It was
right?
still garbage time, yeah, or maybe they had another touchdown.
Yeah, it was late.
I'm going
Oh,
F. This is
really?
one of the this is like near bottom of F in my opinion. There's like nothing.
I'd probably what do we have? What's the lowest one?
12. That's the Bronco. That's the Cowboys beating the Broncos.
I'd put this over that because at least there's like a kick return. It's
Does it
John
go?
Elway capping off his career.
Does it go above 15 when the Raiders beat the Eagles?
Yeah, I'd put it above that too,
Let's
just
keep
because
going
of
on
a
the
kick
list. Is this
return.
above Super Bowl 8 when Larry Zonka ran over the Vikings?
Probably not.
All right, we'll leave it there. Yeah, this
Yeah,
one's a
probably
doozy.
not.
All right, 34, 1 yard short. A very. I feel like as
Good
the years
game.
have gone by, this game has become like less famous. If that makes any sense. I feel like people talk about this game less and less, but this is 1 yard short. Rams were up 16-0, I believe. Tennessee came back. One next play from scrimmage. Isaac Bruce burns the Titans defense
Isaac
to take the lead.
Bruce.
Steve McNair breaking the sack. That's one of the best underappreciated plays of all time. It's definitely A tier. I don't even think that's a debate.
I think it's
When do we get into S tier? We haven't even gone there yet.
yeah,
And
we
I
don't
don't
have
think- I
any
don't think we
S-tier
should.
Super Bowls.
I don't think we should have gone there yet. I don't think any of these.
No, nothing. Well, to me Super Bowl 25 should be S tier. But
eh,
um
well, you know what? When it's over, when we're done, we'll have another look at it and see if we want to nominate like any changes.
we could
You can make a case for 25 being an S tier, maybe. But then 13 might have to be S tier too. But anyway, this game was.
I think
The fact that it was 16-0 kind of. Well, the Titans came back.
yeah, they tied it.
Is it S tier? It might be.
It
1 yard
has
short.
that is one of the most iconic moments in football history.
Mike Jones making the tackle. If you want S
Mike
tier,
Jones made the tackle.
if you want S tier, I'll give it to you. Or it can be top of A.
And everyone likes Kurt Warner.
I really
Everybody
don't
likes
have a
Kurt
strong
Warner.
opinion if it should be top of A or S. I'm cool with either. I'll concede. What do you want?
I think we should put it S.
All right, there you go.
I think it had a lot going for it. It's the
And it's
Rams'
Dick
first
Vermeil.
Super Bowl.
Vermeil getting the Super Bowl finally.
Yeah, Dick Vermeil got his ring. Kurt Warner is a great story. Marshall, the greatest show on turf, man.
You know, Dick Vermeil.
You got-
We won. Woohoo! You know, after with his arms up. It
Yeah,
could be S tier. That's fine.
we won the Super Bowl.
The gateway
Eddie
to the
George
West is
had-
now the gateway to the best. That's such a good quote from the Rams, like announcer.
Eddie George had a sick touchdown that game
Yes,
on the goal
barely,
line where
dude.
he ran up and then he bounced backward and kind of caught himself and then he
And
just
then
like
lugged
rammed
forward.
into someone. Yeah, and just drove forward. That was a sick play.
S
Yeah,
tier
that's
it is.
it. I think it's an S tier game.
Fair enough. Now,
It was also the first year of the
Titans.
Titans being
Yep.
the Titans. Yeah.
Which is wild.
It's
Get the
funny,
Oilers
right?
stench
It's like
off
the
you. You go to the Super Bowl.
Oilers fans suffered for so many years, and then they changed their name, and they get to the Super
Do you think
Bowl.
there's any Oilers fans who stuck with them when they were the Tennessee Oilers and then left when they became the Titans? You think that applies to
Yeah,
anybody?
yeah. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people just went to the Texans, like just
Yeah,
stopped
Houston.
watching.
Yeah, the majority just stopped giving a rip about football. Honestly, nobody
Yeah,
cares what they got the Texans
yeah,
back. But now, Super Bowl 35. This is basically the 85 Bears, but 15. This is the Super Bowl 20, but 15
yeah.
years later. This game was
And
not competitive. Yeah,
my
yeah,
guys got the rough end of the stick here.
yeah. What's up? Unfortunately, I was not alive for this, but it's fun to watch back. That 30 for 30 was sick. It was actually annoying to look in the 30 for 30. They show like the panel doing their picks. They like all picked the Giants. They all thought the Giants were going to
Because
win,
I
which
think
is, I mean, they had a good team.
because
But
the Ravens offense wasn't that good,
Jamal
right?
Lewis was good, but that's about it. You know,
Jamal
obviously,
was good, yeah.
the 2000 Ravens are a great story. They went 21 quarters without scoring an offensive touchdown. I think they were 4-4 or 5-4, and they won out just the rest of the year. They never lost again. They handed the Titans their first ever loss in Nashville. The Titans were undefeated at home, like period, until we got them in the regular season.
Oh, really?
Yeah, then beat them again in the playoffs. But the Super Bowl, the Giants' only touchdown was a kick return. They scored 0 offensive points.
Yeah.
I'll put it bottom of D tier, but I think it can't be it can't be F if the 85 Bears is not F. Is the way I like to put it.
I think I was gonna put a bottom of D because at least like even though my team lost, they had a cool touchdown, like a kick return touchdown.
Yeah.
It's also cool like seeing Harry Collins in the Super. Like it was Harry Collins and Trent Dilfer.
Giants
Like
fans
that's so
might not
like
agree.
random. Like there's something like novel to that. So I'd say, and even though my team lost, there are a lot of guys on that Ravens team that I like. So I'm glad that they got a ring.
Yeah. But
So
also Dilfer going back to Tampa, which is where the Super Bowl was, and winning was pretty
yeah.
cool too. But anyway,
And he yeah.
yeah, that
That's
his
the
last game
only
as a Raven, he got cut.
yeah, that's the only I was gonna say that's the only instance in Super Bowl history where a quarterback on a Super Bowl winning team, like the quarterback that started the game,
Yeah.
was not brought back
Yeah.
willingly.
And it's not like Peyton Manning where he retired. We're just like we're moving on. We need better. We need a
yeah,
better
no, the
player.
team. Yeah. Trent Dilfer signed with the Buccaneers, right?
He went to the Browns, I think.
Or was
the Buccaneers
it,
was
or
his
the
first
Browns?
team.
He was before
Yeah.
Buccaneers before. Yeah.
And Dilfer resented the Ravens for that for a while. Like he said he only recently
Yeah.
got over it. He was mad. Which honestly, I can get why he was kind of upset.
Yeah.
But now that we are officially in the 21st century with these last 2 Super Bowls that we just covered, it's time to kick off the Brady dynasty, the Brady run. Almost half of the Super Bowls we have left feature Tom Brady, so get used to it. Super Bowl 36, Patriots and Rams. The Rams are, I believe, 2 touchdown favorites in their return to the Super Bowl after I think a 2-year wait. It was 17-3. Rams are to come back. And then, as we very infamously, Brady runs onto the field. John Madden says the Patriots should just play for overtime. Instead, Brady goes bing, 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 bing. Vinatieri sweeps the leg, and the Patriots win their first Super Bowl. As a game, the majority of this game is not that interesting.
The whole game is the last 10 minutes.
Yes. Other than
Yeah.
the Ty Law pick 6, which no one remembers because they need to give Brady all the credit. But
Yeah.
this is an interesting one because you could say it's like a defensive slugfest, which is not a bad thing necessarily. There's also the best
It's
jinx of all
iconic.
time. The best jinx of all time is when the Rams are waiting to be introduced. You know what I'm about to say?
Remind me.
Ricky Prohl, wide receiver, is standing there. The camera pans to him. He looks at the camera and goes, "Tonight, a dynasty is born, baby."
Ooh, yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah. Not wrong. I'm looking at what we have.
Ricky Prohl was also Ricky Prohl was also on the 2003 Panthers that lost to the Patriots.
And in both games, in both Super Bowls, he caught the game-tying touchdown late in the 4th.
Yeah.
In both of them. He does have 2 rings,
That's
though, so
rough.
don't feel too bad for him. He has 2 rings. So
He won the one with the Rams. Who was the other team he won
he was
with?
on the '06 Colts.
Oh, okay.
It's probably no, we can't put it B tier. It's probably A tier.
It's an A-tier game.
Yeah. Probably
I
bottom
think
of A
it's.
though. Or is it above
I think it's
32?
worse. No,
Okay, bottom of 8.
I don't think
That's a
so.
cool ass
Yeah.
logo. By the way, I know you can't see it. That is a dope
Yeah,
ass
it's
logo.
America.
That is
The
so
US,
because this
yeah.
is the first Super Bowl after 9/11. That is a sick logo.
Yeah. Yeah.
This one is also a sick logo, but it's also not a very sick game. This is
Yeah.
how do I put this? 37 is probably the modern day version of Super Bowl 3. Where or actually that's not even a good explanation. There is a great story.
The Buccaneers.
It is a
the
good
Bucs
story
still had.
of Gruden,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because Gruden was the Raiders coach. He gets traded year 1, Bucs Raiders. Bucs beat him to a pulp. That's a great story.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game wasn't interesting. It was not a
If you-
contest.
Like honestly, like looking at like that. I think those Raiders were the 1 seed, and they were only like 11-5. Like it was a weak year for the AFC.
Let's
Yeah,
find
I think
out.
they were the 1 seed, and they were 11-5.
2002 NFL playoffs. Let's see.
I'm pretty sure.
We're waiting for it to load. Okay, 02-03 playoffs. Bracket. The Raiders were the 1 seed. Were they really 11 I thought they were 12-4.
Yeah. No, I think they were 11-5.
11-5, yep. Wow. The number
Yeah.
2 offense in the league and the number 6 defense.
So
Good
that to me that just screams like, okay, they're gonna die this game because that Buccaneers team
team. And Tampa
was
sat
so
on them.
good. Yeah, that
It's-
was like a great team.
It's probably F tier, huh?
I don't know. There's still like a lot of touchdowns at least.
You had Gruden running
And the
around.
Raiders-
It was 34-3 at one point. Like that game was
It was. Then the Raiders kind of started to march back.
with 6
And
minutes
then
left.
the
They made
defen-
it 34-21, and we were like, "Uh-oh." But
Yeah. But
This is the
at
last
least like
Super
at least
Bowl.
there was.
This is the last Super Bowl before I was born. I was born like
so
a
this
month
is the
and
best-
change after. So I don't know if people watching that were like, "Oh, the Raiders might come back," or because I feel like most fans are like they're not coming back. They're not scoring 2 more touchdowns.
But at least like there was. What I'm saying is like at least there was some scoring on the losing team's side. It was
Yeah.
just that the other team was so dominant. I'd put it I put it in the D tier. Like I think I'd rather watch that game than like the Niners beat down of the Broncos or
Oh, yeah.
something. Like it's not in the same tier as like Super Bowl 33 or whatever.
Oh yeah, it's better. I was thinking either top of F or bottom of D.
I think bottom of D.
Do you want it ahead of 20 and 35? I say no.
I would. I'd put it, but your call. You could place it wherever.
I'm
I
putting
think it's
it-
just D
I'm putting
tier.
it at the bottom because it's not the 85 Bears or like
Yeah.
the 2000. I mean, the 02
Yeah.
Buccaneers are a legendary defense, obviously, but they're not as like
Yeah.
they don't have the allure.
Yeah.
But now we move into one of the most underrated Super Bowls of all time. Or actually, isn't underrated
Yes, this is-
anymore? If everyone calls it underrated, how underrated can it be?
It's a good Super Bowl.
Fantastic
It's
game.
it's a good game.
Fantastic
Yeah.
game. It's defense early, and then it becomes a shootout, and then it kind of turns into a defensive slugfest again. Then it's a shootout again. It is a
And then
ton
it's
of fun.
capped off by a walk-off kick.
Ricky Proehl scoring the tying touchdown. That Deshaun Foster run is badass. Longest play from scrimmage in Super Bowl history was in this game when Delhomme threw it to Muhsin Muhammad.
And did Steve Smith score a touchdown this
Yes,
game?
yes, he did.
He did.
Is this the Super Bowl with the Janet Jackson incident, or is that the one after? That matters.
No, this is it. This is it. I
I'm
think
consider-
this is it actually.
Yeah, hold on.
I do
let's,
think this is it.
let's look it up.
I could have sworn it was in a dome that it happened because this was played in Houston.
It was this one. This is the Janet Jackson
Yeah.
incident.
Yeah,
That
I forgot
kinda,
about that. I
kind of
forgot
tanked
about
her
that.
career. Poor lady.
And it's not her fault. She didn't consent to that.
And then
He just
Justin
ripped
Timberlake
her.
gets to just laugh it off and just keep doing whatever. I don't like Justin Timberlake. Anyway, It's top of A or is it S? This is an outstanding
That's
game.
an S tier
Yeah,
game.
you know
That's
what?
an S
Do it.
tier game.
Let's do it. I'll put it behind
That's an
34,
S
but that is
tier.
top of S. That is high up in S.
I think it's hard for me because actual entertainment wise, I think that the Super Bowl was better than 34, but 34 has a more iconic moment.
Yeah,
Like the
34
ending.
kind of stands the test of time more, and 34 was a great game too.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
we're going
So
strictly off
34
how
is
good the game
probably
was,
still
yeah.
yeah.
If we're going off strictly how good the game was, 38 is probably better, but 34 is also great, and 34 is more of, I think it has more significance to it.
Yeah, so yeah.
All right.
I yeah.
And now we have the third Super Bowl. This is the end of their first dynasty. I consider the Patriots having two dynasties. This is the end
They
of the
have
first
two
one.
separate things, yeah,
This game
going on.
was. I don't think this game is going to be S tier or maybe even A tier because I don't think it. This is the least memorable of the three, but it's also not a bad game by any means. Patriots Eagles. I believe it was 14-14 going into the fourth quarter. And then
It was
Eagles,
24-14 at one point.
but I think that was like late in the Eagles got a touchdown to make it 24-21. Then they got the ball back. But they got another chance with like 30
Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah. Also, apparently, I didn't realize this. Apparently, Donovan McNabb is like such a douchebag. Like people hate Donovan McNabb. Like
Terrell
old team,
Owens
like To
hates.
talks about him.
They
Yeah.
never got along.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the game when Terrell Owens in the regular season, I believe it was Roy Williams of the Cowboys, pulled his horse collar, busted his ankle. Like I don't know if it was broken or a fracture, exactly what injury it was. Terrell Owens put a screw in that thing, it went and played and had an amazing game. 130 something yards
Mhm.
receiving. Did he have a touchdown? I don't think he had a touchdown, but he had a terrific
I
game.
don't know.
The Eagles got close, but they got Brady'd, so to speak.
Yeah, I got
It's not. I'd go top of B. It's not up there with the other two Brady Super Bowls. Still a very good game with a couple of good moments in it.
I think bottom of B.
Really?
Yeah. What else? Who else do we have in B right now?
B tier is Super Bowl 10, Steelers beating the Cowboys, and then Super Bowl 3, Joe Namath and the Guarantee. We have the perfect Dolphins. We have the 49ers standing up the Bengals at the goal line, and then we have the Steelers-Rams Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, I value those old school games more than this game.
I guess.
Like I think of yeah.
All right, that's fine. Bottom of B tier.
Yeah.
Still a good game.
Yeah.
All right, Super Bowl 40. Not a very good game. The big controversy.
Not a good game.
The big controversy with this one is the officiating. A lot of people think the Seahawks got robbed. Now, I'm going to lean into my bias and say they did get robbed because I want to. But Pittsburgh was, I believe, the 6th seed. They went into
You want to hear
They went.
they were the 6th.
They went into Cincinnati and tore Carson Palmer's ACL, and that's how they beat Cincinnati. They then went to Indianapolis, and despite the officials did try to screw Pittsburgh a couple of times, but Mike Vanderjagt missed the field goal. Then they juked the Patriots because the Patriots lost to Denver, but they did beat Denver, so fair enough. And they won the Super Bowl against the league MVP and Sean Alexander. This game does have Antoine Randall throwing the touchdown, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But when your Super Bowl is most known for its officiating, that's not a good thing.
This is an F tier game for me because I really do think that if the refs were like normal refs, the Seahawks could have won the game.
I don't know
easily.
if they would have, but they could have.
I think they could have. I think they definitely
had
a chance. You know what's?
You know what? You said F. We'll put it.
I have a funny story kind of about this game. So my first year, one of my first years of college, after transferring to a new college, I was at a football game, and I was with this girl. And she was like, my uncle was in the NFL, and I was like, oh, what's his name? And she was like, Matt Hasselbeck. Have you heard of him? And I'm like, really?
Hasselbeck.
And she was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, of course I know who that is. Yeah. And she was like, yeah, he lost the Super Bowl once. She was like, yeah, he lost the Super Bowl once. I was like, I know he did.
She said, does he complain about the refs? This is what he should have asked.
I think he has every right to complain about those refs.
Some of those calls were nonsense.
that
Um,
that Ben Roethlisberger touchdown wasn't a touchdown.
yeah, that pass
Like
interference penalty was so ticky tack.
that was like when it was like the Stars and Sabres Stanley Cup when they called that game-winning goal that just didn't break the plane a goal.
No, you're thinking of his foot was in the crease. But his
Oh,
foot
I
was in
thought.
the crease, so it
Oh,
shouldn't have counted.
yeah,
Yeah, but
that's what I mean.
yeah,
Yeah,
same thing basically.
yeah.
So
But yeah, smooth. Yeah, smooth. But moving on from this crappy Super
I
Bowl.
put it for the record. I put it below 27 when Doug Williams threw the 5
Below
touchdowns. It's below that, and it's above the 49ers Broncos 55-10 game.
Okay.
So I think that's fine. 41, a Super Bowl that I think it's better than it's given credit for. I'm not saying it's a thriller, but there, in my opinion, there is a little bit of a charm in a Super Bowl in the rain.
Yeah.
If it's a one-off
Devin
thing,
Hester's
like don't do it
Devin
again.
Hester's moment.
Devin Hester running the
Yeah,
kickback.
don't do the rain thing again. This game is the rain Super Bowl.
You have Prince doing the halftime show in the rain is so sick. We didn't really consider the halftime shows for any of these, but the halftime shows don't really start.
What was this quarterback's name? Rex Grossman, was
Rex
that
Grossman.
the guy?
Rex
Oh
Grossman.
my god. The
Bears
have had quite the lineup of quarterbacks.
The Bears probably win this game if they lean on Thomas Jones, the running back. Because he was having a great game. He had a big run for Chicago early to put him up, I think, 14-6. And let me pull this up. What was his stat line? I saw a comment. Yeah, Thomas Jones had 15 carries for 112 yards. And I saw a comment. I was in one of my videos, I was showing the clip of Devin Hester on the kickback, and one of the comments said, "This game pisses me off to this day because if we had just given Thomas Jones the ball instead of crybaby Cedric Benson and trash Rex Grossman, we would have won."
Yeah, because the thing that put it away was a pick six.
And it was like 22-17 late.
17.
It was 22-17
Yeah,
late.
It was what was that safety's name? He was a good safety.
Kelvin Hayden.
Yes.
Who had the pick six. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Peyton Manning getting over the top, finally. Although I think the real catharsis of that run was beating Brady. That was the true euphoric, we did it, was beating Brady.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a triumphant team at the 2006 Colts. Yeah.
Are we thinking B or C? It's probably B. Because it was competitive. And has like its iconic moments. I'd go B. But it wasn't exactly.
I think it's I'd go B. I put it above Patriots Eagles.
I don't think it's a game you'd reminisce over. But it was a good game.
Yeah.
I think it should be above Steelers Rams.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right,
me
there
too.
you go. About little in the bottom half of B. Okay, now let's get to the one that really matters. I imagine this is your favorite. I can see why.
This is my favorite.
It is a defensive slugfest for a lot of it. The Patriots' offensive line completely folded against the guy that should have won Super Bowl MVP, Justin Tuck, who was fantastic. Michael Strahan went out a champion. The helmet catch is maybe... I've called it the flukiest play. That makes it sound like it shouldn't have happened. I mean, it still happened. The helmet catch is one of the biggest plays ever. Undefeated Patriots. No one thought the Giants were winning that game.
Yeah, nobody. Giants fans didn't even think the Giants were going to win that game.
They were just happy to be there. They're like, we beat the Cowboys and Packers. Hell yeah. They didn't think they were winning that game. Randy Moss caught the touchdown. The Patriots took the lead. Plaxico Burress wide open in the end zone. It's S tier. We're not even going to argue.
Yeah,
it's S tier without
This
question.
is actually the first game. This is the first sporting event I have memory of.
Same here. I'm dead
special.
serious. I remember watching this game. I didn't know what the hell was going on because I was 4, but like I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
So
I was 7.
There you go. It's easily S tier. Is it top? It's top of S right now. Better than 34.
Entertainment, yeah. Like I'm trying to be very fair. Like put Giants bias aside, but it was like a badass defensive game.
Yeah.
With some really great offensive plays. It was like a really iconic ending. The helmet catch, the
Manning
fade to
breaking the sack,
Plaxico,
rolling around. Boom.
Yeah, Randy
Strahan
Moss
went out a
like
champion.
almost Randy Moss like almost catching that ball. Like this was an epic
I'll
game.
go top. We'll
I'd
go
say
top
this
of
is
S for now.
top of S.
I don't think it'll
Yeah,
stay
top of
that way,
S.
but top of S for now. 42.
We've been spoiled with the past like 10 years. We've had some good Super Bowls,
Yeah.
honestly.
Now that there's more talent in the NFL, I think you're more likely to get
Yeah.
a game that's at least interesting.
Yeah.
We don't get a lot. I know we did last year. We don't get a lot of like beat downs anymore. They're not that common. Like
No.
I think last year was
No.
kind of an outlier. But anyway, 43, my least favorite Super Bowl of all time. Because thankfully I have not seen the Ravens lose one yet, but I did have to watch the Steelers win one when I was 5, and
Yeah, this is a brutal one.
it has to be S tier.
It's really
Unfortunately,
good.
it has to be S
It's a
tier.
great game.
It honestly might be at the top at the top of S for now, as much as it hurts my soul. Because the helmet catch is one of the most famous plays ever. This game had 2 of the most famous plays ever. You had the James Harrison pick 6 and then Santonio Holmes. As much as it really annoys me, that might be the best throw and catch combination of all time. Because if
The Larry
Roethlisberger,
Fitzgerald touchdown's
Fitzgerald,
iconic too. The slant, and he's like, yes.
if Roethlisberger throws that pass like an inch too high, it's out of Santonio Holmes' reach, and if he throws it an inch too low, it might have gotten picked. He could.
Dude, I wish we lived in the timeline where the Cardinals won a Super Bowl.
Damn you,
really
Roethlisberger! Oh my god, I hate how good this game was. I hate that the Pittsburgh won it, but it is an amazing game.
Yeah, it was a great game.
It's probably
it was
it's
a great game.
Do you want to put it ahead of 42? I know you don't, but should we?
No, I don't think it deserves to be above 42. Like, sure, those few sick moments, but I feel like the ragtag Giants taking down the Patriots in a nail biter is a lot. Like the undefeated Patriots in a nail biter outweighs 43, because the Cardinals were, of course, the underdog, but the Steelers were just like a good team. It was
no,
like,
the
yeah,
Steelers were excellent. No, they were done. They had the best defense. They had the best defense, like by a lot. Their defense was.
But they're not.
Palomalu, Harrison, like prime.
I'm not comparing them to other teams that year. I'm comparing the 2008 regular season Steelers to the 2008 regular season Patriots.
You mean 07 Patriots?
Like sorry, 07 Patriots. Yeah.
All right, we'll put it
so
after
I think,
42.
Okay.
That's fine.
I can live with that.
Yeah, I can't. Why did the Cardinals DB jump a little higher? Why? Whatever. Anyway,
you should hit him up. He probably has Instagram. Hey, why didn't you remember that one time in like 2009? Why didn't you jump higher?
The biggest game of your whole damn life. How about you jump a little higher, buddy? Get some rocket shoes, brother. Like, what are we talking about?
Dude, imagine if the 9-7 Cardinals and Kurt Warner won that Super Bowl. Like, that would have been so cool.
Maybe the Cardinals aren't the sad sack forgotten franchise they are today. You never know. But at least we don't talk about the Steelers winning for the rest of this video, and that's what really matters. 09, Saints and Colts. This should have been Colts and Vikings, but the Saints bounty gated their way here. I'm dead serious. That knocks it a bit. That matters to me. The Vikings should have been in this game. But they cheap-shotted Minnesota all the way through, and Minnesota fumbled 10,000 friggin' times the NFC Championship.
And then Brett Favre was like,
just scramble. Like, why, Brett? Oh my God, whatever.
They should have just ran it. They should have just ran it down the middle.
Adrian Peterson did fumble in that game 3 times, so maybe you don't want to do that.
Put in the backup.
Take a knee, and as Paul Allen says, you could take a knee and try a 56-yard field goal. But
yeah, that guy. That would have been better.
Yeah. But they probably would have missed it because it's the Vikings. But anyway, this Super Bowl has the ultimate heat check in NFL history: the onside kick.
This is a great Super Bowl.
Out of absolutely nowhere. Very competitive. I feel like this game is known for the pick 6 and the onside kick. This is a very competitive game. Peyton Manning's last as a Colt. Matter of fact, the Colts last as we stand.
Yeah.
It's weird. I don't remember much from this game, even though it was a good game.
I remember this game. This is the first game I really remember. I remember it really vividly.
Because I was 6 when this game happened, so
I was
memories.
I was 9. I was 9.
Nice.
I think this is an S tier game.
I don't agree.
Like
It's not
I think
38.
it's best.
It's a good game, and you have the Saints getting over the top. I'd go top of. I don't even know if it's better than 25. Is this better than 25? I'm giving 13 a bump because that's the first great Super Bowl. That's the first really good one.
Mm,
I'd put it like firmly in
maybe
A.
maybe you're right. Maybe it's like middle A. Now
I
that
don't
like
think it's
I'm
better than
really
30. I don't
thinking
think it's
about
better
it.
than. I don't think it's better than 38. That's a.
Let's put it under Super Bowl 20. One below Super Bowl 20.
25, you mean?
25, yeah, that
Yeah.
one.
Super Bowl 20 is in D tier, so.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Well, that's still a good game.
Yeah, it is. All right, 45. The first successful hate watch of my entire life. Words cannot describe how hard I was rooting for the Green Bay Packers that game. With that being said, this is another game where I don't remember a whole lot from it. I believe the Packers were up 21-3. Then they got, I think Woodson got hurt. I want to say Jennings got hurt. I might be wrong.
Woodson did get hurt.
Did
Yeah,
Jennings get hurt too?
I don't remember.
The
I don't
Steelers started to
remember,
come
but
back. Wasn't this when the Black Eyed Peas did the halftime show?
no, Black Guy. I think Black Eyed Peas. What? Wait, no, no. Giant Madonna did Giants and Patriots too.
Hold on.
Yeah, this was Black Eyed Peas.
Ugh,
Yeah,
horrible.
yeah, it was.
Horrible.
Black Eyed Peas might like I was like really thinking about like music I like and music I dislike. Black Eyed Peas might have some of the worst music I've ever heard.
I kind of like their
Like
old
they're
stuff.
so
Where is
really?
the love?
I think
I
they're
like that song, but that's it. I hate their like late 2000s party I hate it.
there's this one song I forgot. I actually forgot how it went. I just know I hate it so much. And the music video is in this like chrome like
I know you're talking about. Oh my god.
you know what I'm
They
talking
played
about, right?
Boom Boom. Oh my god, it's terrible.
Yes, that song is so bad.
That song's awful.
Okay, and just for the halftime show, we're putting this game in F.
Okay, relax. This did have Usher. Usher was here. Usher was in this. I like Usher. He was in this halftime show. But like I think their mics weren't on. Like I think you had like Fergie and then you had the rest of them. I think
Fergie.
Is that her name?
Fergie.
Sorry. I think her mic was picking up their audio and vice versa.
That's so funny.
It's not
That's
that
so
important to the game.
2010.
It's not that important. I think it's a factor. Oh my god.
I think this game is like
I'd go B. Like
bottom of B or top of C because like stuff happens.
It was close
like,
late.
Stuff happened.
It was a competitive game. And you had the Nick Collins. The only play I really vividly remember was the Nick Collins pick six. That I think made it 14-0 or 14-3.
Yeah, I remember. I actually remember that.
I'll put it above 16. The Niners Bengals first one.
It's so crazy to me that Rodgers is still like I remember him holding that trophy and I was like, wow, Aaron Rodgers. He's still playing.
Can you imagine going to Packers fans saying Aaron Rodgers is never winning another one, so savor this. Like, wow, it's crazy they never got another one. It's kind of sad.
They really could have a few times.
2014 should have been the year they blew it against the Seahawks. That was the year. 21 was the year too.
Yeah.
Well, that's enough Aaron Rodgers talk. Sorry.
Yeah,
finish.
we could. I was going to say, do you think that 2014 Packers team would have beaten those Patriots though?
That's tough, yeah.
Because the Seahawks were still good. They weren't as good as 2013, but I feel like the Seahawks were still the better team. I don't know if those Packers would have
55 minutes.
What?
The Packers manhandled the Seahawks for like 56 minutes.
Yeah.
They could have.
I mean, like on paper, up against the Patriots, I think the Seahawks were the better team, but I don't know. We'll never know. Never know.
I guess we'll never know. Super Bowl 46. This is the second of the two Patriots Giants Super Bowls, and it is not as good, which doesn't mean it's bad. It's still a decent
It's still
game.
good. Still
Ahmad
entertaining.
was it Ahmad Bradshaw who scored on accident when he wasn't really trying to?
Yeah, he tried to sit down and
Yeah,
went like that, and you could just see he's like, and he
but
just
deep
starts
down they're like,
falling
just
back.
score. I'm like, you should just don't risk it. What if you miss the field goal? You'll never live that down. So
Yeah, I think this game is like B.
I think it's like
It's like a
bottom of
B
A.
tier.
You still have the
Yeah,
Manningham
I
catch.
don't.
Eli Manning. I know I bash Eli Manning a lot, and I stand by the things I say. That pass to Mario Manningham is that may be the best pass in Super Bowl history. I mean, that's over the top,
It's up to the.
dropping the bucket.
It's up there. Just the big difference to me is I with this game, like there was some score because at least with um uh Super Bowl 42, it was like old school defensive at times. I remember Super Bowl 46 just kind of being a stalemate. That's how
Yeah.
Patriot, like they would just kind of like, oh, we got stopped, punt, oh, punt, oh, punt. Like that just happened a few times, and there was a really interesting safety, like
Oh
a
yeah.
intentional grounding safety.
That happened to the Steelers in the Super Bowl against the Cardinals. Or no, it wasn't intentional grounding. They had a holding penalty in the end zone that made it a safety, and then after that,
Oh
Marcus Jones
yeah,
touchdown. But yeah,
um, I
I'd go
I
B.
think
I'd go B.
honestly, yeah, as a Giants fan, I'd probably put this one in B,
We'll go top
somewhere in
of.
B.
Should it be ahead of Super Bowl 10 when the Steelers beat the Cowboys?
Yeah,
Okay, well it'll be top of B.
I think so. Same score, too.
Yeah, same score. Okay, 47. This game is obviously near and dear to me. It is the one Ravens Super Bowl that I was alive for, and that I remember.
It's an epic game. I remember
Alright.
this game very clear.
I do too, because I was stressed out of my mind. And then I thought we had it in the bag, but then I thought we blew it, and then we won. And then when we won, I wasn't even that happy. It was like relief. I didn't have that euphoria until like the next morning. I got the next morning, I was like, we won the Super Bowl. But, here's my thing. This might be a hot take that will annoy the casual fan, because this is probably one of the most famous Super Bowls ever from non-football fans because of the lights going out.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I say this as a fan, the blackout keeps it from S tier. And it becomes a high A. Because I had to sit there and stare at the television for 34 minutes.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember being like, what's happening?
Yeah. We sacked Kaepernick and the clock stopped. And Flacco's like, why'd the clock stop? Lights die. And they're like,
I remember that. Why'd the clock stop?
Did Beyonce kill the lights? We'll never know. Did Roger Goodell shut off the lights? We'll never know. How does that happen? $2 billion stadium. Like, come on. But anyway,
yeah.
Obviously it's a great game because the Ravens jumped out early. The Niners almost came back, and how fitting the last game of Ray Lewis's career, it ends with the goal line stand. It's bottom of S or top of A. In my opinion, the blackout bumps it down to the top of A.
I think the blackout gives it lots of identity, so I still want to put it in S. Because judging by the actual game and the blackout, the blackout is not a good thing, but at least it's like an iconic thing.
Yeah.
I don't think that takes enough away to discredit the actual football that was played, how good it was. I'd still probably keep it in S.
My thing is,
I think it's a good game.
If you ask some schmuck who doesn't watch football but watches the Super Bowl and has a Super Bowl party, which if you go to no Super Bowl parties for no Super Bowl parties. If you go to some and ask what's the most famous, what Super Bowl you remember, they're like, I remember the lights went out. If if you wanted the bottom of S, well, I'll put it at the bottom of S.
No, I still think actually Super Bowl 25 and the second Steelers Cowboys is you could probably argue that those are better.
We'll we'll look at the whole
Maybe.
list when it's finished and kind of.
Where do you want? Because you're the Ravens fan. Where do you want to put this guy for now?
I'll
This game.
concede to you. We'll go bottom of S, even though
We could do bottom of S. Okay.
it is a great game. And now we have our first. 48 is probably the first Super Bowl in a while that was a total laugher. I mean, this game was over. The second the ball went
Yeah,
over
this
Manning's
game.
head, that ball went over Manning's head. We're like, this is gonna get ugly, isn't it?
I was like, this is over. Like at the first play of the game, I was like,
You're not ready. You're not
this.
prepared. I mean, that's something you cannot have. It was 40.
Yeah.
Was it 43 to nothing at one point? Or was it 36? It was 36 to nothing. And then Denver got their pity touchdown.
Yeah.
I mean, this game definitely has iconic moments. The ball going over Peyton Manning's head, the pick six, Percy Harvin running the kickback. Percy Harvin getting a ring is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It was. I remember.
This game was not
It was
for a
gonna be
second.
like. People were like, "Oh, it's gonna be the cold weather Super Bowl." It was like 45 degrees. It like wasn't that cold.
This is F. This game has no identity.
And
Who did the halftime show?
as a
Who did the halftime show?
It was the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and they talked about it years later, saying that none of their instruments were actually plugged in.
It was Bruno Mars.
I thought the Chili Peppers did it too.
They were in it as guests, but it was Bruno Mars. Okay, you know what?
Oh, it was Bruno Mars.
I have nothing wrong with. You know what? That's fine. Shout out Bruno Mars. Who the Ravens just hire? Hold on. Oh, an outside linebackers coach. Sorry. What does it say about Cliff Kingsbury? He's going to the Rams. Ooh, Kingsbury on the Rams. Anyway.
Oh, that could be good.
That could be interesting. It's F. I'm sorry. Or bottom of D.
I'd give.
If you want to give it the 85 Bears treatment.
Nah, I don't want to do that.
We'll go top of F.
That game.
We'll go top of F. This game was hyped to hell too. Top offense, top defense. Peyton Manning, Legion of Boom. Over.
Oh my god. I remember like kids. I remember because I was 13, so it was like 8th grade. I remember kids that didn't watch football. Like, oh, this is supposed to be like the best Super Bowl. Like people were like talking.
Yeah.
People were like talking about it. Like there was so much hype going into Super Bowl 48. Like, see, and also at like 13, like 12, 13, kids that like the Seahawks jersey, like the colors used in both teams' uniforms were cool. It was like these two teams that none of us in our life, because from the Super Bowls that like we remembered, it was a lot of Steelers. It was some Patriots. It was, we remember the Packers and whatever, the Giants. But it's like, oh, here's these two teams that we don't know a lot about. Yeah. This is from like and I'm talking from the perspective of people that aren't like really into football.
Right.
It's like, oh, this should be a cool game. And it was like the crappiest game ever. And
is it below 27?
Yeah.
I have 27 when Doug Williams with the 5 touchdowns. Is it worse than that?
Yeah.
All right.
I'd say it's worse than that.
Is it worse than 40?
What happened in 40 again?
Seahawks.
That's
Steelers Seahawks.
No, it's better than that.
Okay, there.
At least there was a lot of scoring. The Percy Harvin kick was insane. I remember thinking, like, I don't know, this is still Peyton Manning.
That is when the game was over. The game ended when Percy Harvin. I was like, okay, Denver just wasn't ready. Straight up.
I was just like, okay, it's over.
I was happy for the Seahawks, though. First ever Super Bowl. And maybe they can get their second here in a couple days. But now we don't even have to argue. 49. We know it's S tier. Is it top of S?
It's S tier.
Is it top? You have Chris Matthews, I think, had a crazy catch at the end of the half. Seahawks up 10 in the fourth quarter. Your typical Brady comeback. At the time, the tie for the biggest comeback in Super Bowl history. Jermaine Kearse catch. They don't give Marshawn Lynch the ball. Interception by Malcolm Butler.
It's probably top of S.
Top of S for now. It might be top of S period.
Yeah.
But I think we have one more contender for the top of S. But we'll go and put 49 in S tier. I'm trying to think of, because I think Ricardo Lockett had a good game too.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Then of course they didn't give Beast Mode the ball. Brady had his come. Patriots' first Super Bowl in a decade. It took them 10 years, which this is the start of their second dynasty.
Yeah.
So
This is
49.
when going back to what I said earlier in the video. Up until this point, Joe Montana was still considered the GOAT.
I think he still
It
was
was still
after this.
Joe. It was still Joe.
I think
But this
I
is
think
like,
51 is when the GOAT debate ended. Like, that's when Brady became the GOAT.
but I'm saying this is when it became like more of a competition.
Yeah, because it was 4 Super Bowls
Yeah,
to 4.
4-4.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, that's fair enough. That takes us to 50. Kind of underrated, I would say. Not a thriller by any means, but it was a 6-point game with 4 minutes left. This is another game that was supposed to be man versus machine. You know, 2 years prior was Peyton Manning against the Legion of Boom. Then it became Cam Newton,
yeah,
Superman against the Broncos defense, and it was people forget that Panthers defense was great too. They also had a spectacular
yeah. That
defense.
was those Panthers like probably should have won the Super Bowl,
That team was like
but
the
they just
perfect
didn't.
storm of everything going right.
And
Josh
then they
Norman
just
broke out. Cam Newton had his best year. Greg Olsen was great. Like everything went right that year.
and then they just collapsed.
They couldn't block Von Miller.
They just collapsed.
Peyton Manning going out a champion is cool. The whole Super Bowl 50 vibe is cool. Like it was all gold themed.
Yeah, it was.
I really like the halftime
it was
show.
cool.
I like the halftime show. That was when Coldplay.
Who was
did
it?
Coldplay did it, and then Bruno Mars and
Oh,
Beyonce
okay.
showed up. That was a cool halftime show.
I remember being like, oh, the Panthers are gonna win, because at the time I was like the know-it-all sports guy of like all my friends, like
I
at
thought the
school and
Panthers were
everything.
winning too. I thought the Cam was.
And I have a funny story, because I was saying, I was like, yeah, Panthers, and then at the then I literally remember waking up that Sunday, and like the first thing I was like, the Broncos are gonna win this game. I was like, I was like, the Panthers are not winning this.
What changed your mind?
Like,
Just the vibe.
I just like this like weird gut feeling, like the weather, well, like what, like just something. I was just like, the Panthers are not gonna win. I was like, there's no way the Panthers win this game. The Broncos are gonna win. I just like knew that Peyton Manning was gonna retire a champion.
So what you're saying is you played both sides, so you will come out on top.
Basically, yeah.
I feel like when this game
No,
happened,
I really did.
Yeah.
I really did change my take the morning of. I was really like, I think the Broncos are gonna win now.
Yeah, I was in on the Panthers because their defense was great. I was like, the Broncos aren't going to score points, and honestly, how many?
They kind of didn't.
Their one offensive touchdowns from the Carolina 5-yard lines. That doesn't even really count.
Yeah.
And they had a defensive touchdown. They really didn't score, honestly.
Yeah.
Tony Ely had like 3 sacks and a pick.
Yeah.
Like, he was unbelievable. Defensive tackle. When this game happened, I probably would have put it in low D. I think it's like a C. Because it was interesting.
I could get behind C.
Defensive slugfest. It was a missed field goal. Let's find out
Yeah.
where in C. Is it above Super Bowls 1 and 2? This is the 50th. Manning went out. Is it above the first two? Because it's a better game than those two.
Yeah, I think not only is it more entertaining, but the fact that Peyton went out on top. Those Broncos were an all-time defense. That was a great defense. You know, Kubiak, like you know, what I like about that 15 Broncos team, like they just couldn't get it done with John Fox, and they made a bold decision. They fired the guy that got them to the playoffs and a Super Bowl, 3 straight years of Super Bowl in 2013. And was John Fox the coach when Tebow was the quarterback?
I think so, because they fired McDaniels. McDaniels picked Tebow. Then they fired him. I think it was John Fox, yes. I don't know why I'm saying that like I'm guessing. Let's look it up.
Yeah.
John Fox.
They had this, because it's not like they didn't have success under John Fox.
They made
a bold move. They made a coaching change.
He was Tebow. He was the coach of the 03 Panthers that lost to Brady.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. And they made a bold move. They bring in Kubiak, who was coming off a bad season with the Texans from a couple of years before.
No, so Kubiak was Texans coach from 06 to 13. They had that horrible 13 got fired. He became the Ravens offensive coordinator. That is the 1 year post Super Bowl pre Lamar that they made the playoffs, and they were They gave the
Really?
Patriots all they could handle. They had a 28-14 lead and couldn't hold, and then it became the Broncos'
Yeah.
coach. There was a gap
Yeah.
where Kubiak was a
No, that's
good
what I
ass
meant. But
coordinator.
I meant the last time he had a head coaching gig. I
Yeah.
didn't mean the previous season because
Yeah.
it was the 2013. So it's like they're taking a chance, and everything worked. It just worked out. So that's what I really like about that Broncos team.
Is it above? So we have it above 1 and 2. Is it above 30 when the Steelers lost to Dallas?
Yeah, I would put it above 30.
You know what? Let's go one
Yeah.
further. Is it B tier? Is it above 39?
Which one's 39 again? That's
Patriots beating the Eagles.
No,
Okay, it's top
I
of
don't
C.
think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
This
top of
next
C.
one, that takes us to what is probably, in regards to like the general public, this might be the most famous game ever in any sport. That might be a stretch. Miracle on Ice, 2016 World Series, Cubs ended the drought. It's this game. It might
This
be
is the most iconic football game.
At least in the 21st
people.
century. I can't speak for the greatest game ever played when the Colts beat the Giants. I can't speak for the Ice Bowl. Easily, I think it's the biggest sports game of the 21st century.
Probably, yeah.
Because obviously we all know the 28-3 story. The city of Atlanta will never live that down. That franchise will never live that down. They are known as the team that blew a 28-3 lead for the rest of time.
They would probably need to pull an Eagles and beat the Patriots to win their first Super Bowl to like somewhat eradicate that.
I think they would have had to have.
It wouldn't even.
No, they would have had to have won with that core. They would have had to have gotten redemption with Matt Ryan and Julio.
Maybe,
and
yeah, probably.
No, I think the chance for them to redeem themselves is it's gone. They will never.
Yeah.
That is a staple they have to live with forever because they had a 25-point lead in the Super Bowl and couldn't hold.
I have a funny. Before we rank it, I have another kind of similar story.
Go ahead.
But my friends and I, we're all Patriots haters. Like pretty much all of us. We're all Giants fans, who are living in New England. So we don't like the Patriots. And we were hooting and hollering that first half. I remember it so vividly. And then then at halftime, we went to get food. We went upstairs at my friend's house to get food, a bunch of us. And it was like 5 or 6 other guys and like jumping around, like celebrating like they had won. And I was like, guys, I think the Patriots are going to come back. They're like, they're not going to come back. And I'm like, I don't know. I just have this like weird feeling that they're going to come back.
You and these weird feelings. All right, dude. You and these weird feelings. Are you what's her face from the Rise of Skywalker? Is that who you are? You just got the Force gave you a feeling?
Ray?
Yes. Did the Force give you a feeling? I mean, come on.
I'm just as hot as Daisy Ridley.
Ugh.
So I'd say so.
Debatable.
She's okay.
Yeah.
She's pretty.
She's a good. I feel bad for her because she tried so hard as an actress to make that stupid movie work. I feel bad for all
she's a good actress. It's not her fault.
The actors do a good job. They try so hard to make the horrible writing work, and it doesn't work.
We could talk. Rise of Skywalker is my least favorite movie of all time. We could talk about that in a different video.
I'm not even that big. I'm not even really much of a Star Wars fan. That movie was stupid. Even I'm not that in touch with Star Wars lore. I'm like, why are we like retconning the whole last movie? But anyway,
it retconned everything.
Why are we?
It didn't retcon just the last movie. It retconned the original 6 movies.
What do you mean they sold her to protect her? Like, thanks. Oh my god.
Anyways, back to football. So yeah,
football.
What? Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I apologize for the Patriots comeback because then they scored again. Then the Patriots scored. They're like, "See, Mark, see," and I'm like, "No, I'm telling you, they have so much time left for Patriot standards."
It was that,
and they won.
What makes the Super Bowl hilarious is the fact that Atlanta really did it to themselves. I don't agree with people who say, "Hey, man, that's just Tom Brady being Tom Brady." I get that to a certain degree. Just if Devontae Freeman just blocks Dante Hightower, or if they just run the ball to who makes a catch, it doesn't matter. They win. Like, they would have won. Like,
they basically just needed a field goal to like really, if that,
And on the strip
maybe
sack,
not even a field goal.
on the strip sack, Matt Ryan has an open receiver for a touchdown. I don't remember who it was. I think it was like their fourth receiver because it wasn't Julio, Sanu, or Gabriel. I think it was the next guy down. Um, it was Aldrick Robinson.
Roddy White?
Aldrick Robinson.
Was Roddy
Open.
White on that team? He
No,
was.
He wasn't.
Right?
No.
No, he wasn't.
No, he was. I think he retired already. Aldrick Robinson, touchdown, and Ryan gets strip sacked. If Devontae Freeman just checks Hightower for half a second, it's probably a touchdown in the game, and Atlanta wins. So
this has
obviously
to be
it's
S tier.
We'll go down the line. Is it better than? It's better than 47. Is better than 38. Is it better? It's better than 34. Is it better than 43 when the Steelers beat the Cardinals?
Yeah.
I think it is. Is it better than 42?
Yeah.
I think it is.
There's more scoring, so probably.
And honestly, there's just as many iconic moments. The Julio catch, the Edelman catch, the
Yeah.
comeback. Is it better than 49? Are we considering that this game was kind of a laugher for 3 quarters? That's a tough one.
It's also the first overtime Super Bowl.
Is this the Super Bowl to end all Super Bowls?
Well, there's one I still think is better.
I think I know what you're going to say. You might have a case. All right, for now, it's at the very top, 51.
I think it's at the top for now.
Sometimes I see Falcons fans wearing a jersey like with the 51 patch. I'm like, why?
That's rough.
If I were a Falcons fan, I would not have rewatched it. I would never rewatch it. I wouldn't have it in me to ever look back at it.
Rough. Wow.
But anyway, is this next Super Bowl the one that you think could top it?
Yes.
52. Here's the thing. I think for us football fans, this is better. Because it's a better game. It's back and forth. Nick Foles winning the Super Bowl. No, I mean, you...
Yeah.
I wonder,
like, even...
if you place a bet...
Here's the thing. This is...
Hold on. If you place a $10 bet before the season that Nick Foles would win Super Bowl MVP, how much money would you win? I wonder. What the odds would have been of that.
Very, very low.
Because I don't think the Eagles were supposed to be that good. Like, with Wentz.
Yeah.
But they ended up looking dominant.
And they were.
This is a great, great, great game. I'm adjusting. I've adjusted my computer like 15 times so far. Lot of scoring, but you still had enough big moments on defense, like Derek Barnett getting the strip sack. I'm trying to think of. You had the Corey Clement touchdown.
Alshon's awesome touchdown.
The Philly special.
Yeah.
The Philly special's legendary.
Yeah. Brady also set the record for the most passing yards in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but no one cares. What else did you have? The Zach Ertz touchdown late.
Yeah.
Oh, this is really tough. I feel like it's second or third after four. It's either.
Really?
I think it's either. I don't know. It's probably a better.
Here's the
game.
thing. I'm like, the Eagles are my least favorite team, and I still think this is the best Super Bowl ever played.
It is a
like I hate
Philly game.
I hate the Eagles, but I can't like discredit the fact that this was an unbelievably entertaining game.
This is the last franchise to date that has won their first.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's Foles, I don't think it's weird. I'm speaking for the non-football fans, weirdly enough.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think this game stands the test of time in the same way 49 and 51 do. But I think it's a better game than those two, objectively speaking, for 60 minutes.
I guess that, like, I get the argument you're making is like,
but yeah, Foles,
40 that 51 and 49 had those iconic moments, like the comeback and then the pick at the end.
And when you get someone, let's say, let me put it this way, let's say you have a friend and he says, I want to get into the NFL. I've never watched football. I know nothing. Tell me, like, history. I would start with Super Bowl 51. Like,
yeah.
That is this is a weird way to put it. In the last 45 years, or no, it's 20. Let me rephrase it. In the last, like, 48 years, that is the football game. With the comeback and the stake. I mean, obviously it's all the Super Bowl, but, like, does that make sense? That is That's Super Bowl 51. That defines a franchise. No, I don't think any franchise is defined by one game than the Atlanta Falcons are that Super Bowl. That
Yeah, that's
is
very
the
franchise
Falcons.
defining.
That is the Falcons in like 20 minutes of game time. So this
I don't know.
oh my god, that's tough. I still don't think 52 has that.
I feel like 52 just was so entertaining.
But it's a better
Like I
52 is
feel
a better
like
game. I agree. Objectively speaking, it's the better game. And you still had Nick Foles winning his first Super Bowl with the Eagles.
yeah, the backup winning the Super Bowl,
We'll go.
the Patriots stopping the Patriots in their tracks because the Patriots would have three-peated if they won that game.
Yes. We'll go. Tie goes to the better game. We'll give it to 52.
Yeah.
We'll go with that. Not A tier. There we go. 52 is at the top. And you know, sometimes in life,
rough.
sometimes you're way up in life, and sometimes you have to go all the way back down. We are given 53. This could have been Tom Brady versus Drew Brees. This could have been Patrick Mahomes versus Drew Brees. But I guess the NFL just decided they wanted Los Angeles in the Super Bowl, and the Saints got cucked at the 11th hour. And instead, we got the most boring Super Bowl of our lives. Maybe not.
I remember after this game, this was my freshman year of college, and there was this guy who he's a nice guy. I haven't talked to him in a while. Still have him on like social media and stuff. But I remember after the Super Bowl, he was like, "I actually think that was one of the best Super Bowls ever played."
Shut up.
And I was like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "Yeah, it was an old school defensive game." I was like, "You were not entertained that game."
Exactly.
I was like, "You're not." No, I think I was like, "Dude, just be honest with yourself." I was like, "You did not find that game entertaining." You're just like he was just trying to be quirky and different.
He was trying to sound like a real football fan, you know. I appreciate it,
but
defense.
it wasn't even like a fun defensive game to watch.
Not really.
You know what I mean?
I didn't think so.
Like I feel like a good defensive game was like the Bears and Rams weather game.
Yes.
Like stuff still happened and there were other factors and the defense was good. You know, like Super Bowl 53 was just like punt. But I think Johnny Hecker set like multiple Super Bowl punt records with how much he had to punt.
The Rams punted their first 8 possessions, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, oh, and who could forget? Actually, you could forget because I think everyone forgot. Maroon 5 doing the halftime show.
When he got like naked on the stage.
Oh my god, horrible. And they teased it like it was going to be Steven Hillenberg. Because
I hate Maroon 5.
He had passed away. I don't hate them as much as like the masses do, but I definitely don't like them.
Really?
Their old stuff was
I can't
good.
stand them.
Their old stuff was like unique. Like it sounded like, how do I put this? I feel like a lot of like bands and music artists, their like initial breakout, it's them, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
It's their own
songs about Jane
then
or whatever it's called.
They slowly more and more get more commercialized, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
They kind of.
Yeah.
But and then we had to listen to Travis Scott without an auto-tuned microphone, which is something I never want to hear again.
Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah, that was brutal. We didn't even get Sweet Victory. Well, obviously this is F tier. We're not even going to argue that. Where in F though? Here's what we'll do. We'll start by going at the top of F and work our way down. Is this worse than 27 when Doug Williams threw the 5 touchdowns? I think it is worse.
Yes.
Is this worse? Is this worse than 48?
Yes.
Is this worse than 40? Steelers Seahawks. At least you had Antoine Randall throwing the touchdown. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's worse.
Is it worse than 24? 55-10.
Yeah, I'd say it's worse.
Is it worse than 26 when the Redskins blew out the Bills? I think this is where we stop. At least
it's worse because at least the Bills scored 3 touchdowns.
It was 37-10, like well into the fourth quarter, I believe.
It's better than 13-3.
At least it was close.
I feel like even though the score was close in 53, it wasn't actually that close. Like there was never a moment that game I felt like the Rams were in it.
There were a couple of good defensive moments, like Stephon Gilmore getting the pick. They had I think, was it Brandon Cook? Was Brandon Cooks on the Rams that year? I think it was. And like he
Yeah,
almost
he
had a
was.
touchdown. He dropped it. Like it was a great defensive play.
You could. That's your
Yeah.
call. I'll leave it up to you.
We'll stop there. It's F tier. That's what matters.
Yeah.
All right, 54. This is the first Mahomes Super Bowl. He got.
This was a good game.
Yeah, it was a good. I think my mom got COVID. This is before COVID was like a thing. But she was super sick, and I watched it alone. Because she was like sick as a dog. So I watched it alone. But it was a good game. 20-10 49ers. Mahomes and the Chiefs, that era had their kind of era-defining play in the jet chip wasp play.
20-10.
20-10 was the score, yeah.
You mean 31-20?
No, that was the score at one point until the Chiefs started to come back.
Oh.
Then they came back to the lead. Then we have the meme of Garoppolo running onto the field. That's like a running joke. He choked the wide open touchdown. This is an interesting one. It's probably low A for me. I think
it's like
it's a lot like 36. This is Mahomes' first. That was Brady's first.
Yeah.
It was close.
Okay. I'll do. Yeah. I'll do bottom A.
Okay. Is it above 36? Is it above 36? I'd say no.
No. Okay. I think 36 is too iconic.
Bottom A. All right, fair enough. All right, 55. This is another Super Bowl that I view as obviously not a close competition. Tampa Bay kind of dominated starting like in the second quarter, I think. But this has some iconic moments. You have the Mahomes when he's parallel to the ground, throwing the incompletion. Tampa's defense was just unbelievable. That's the team that earned it. What was? Oh, this is the weekend halftime show. This is when they. This is.
That was a good halftime show.
It was fine. It wasn't bad. It's weird that I'm rating the halftime shows, but I do think it matters.
It's part of the Super Bowl, yeah.
And that's for like the non-football fans. That's not really for diehard football fans. But anyway, obviously 31-9. I think the hype of it being Brady versus Mahomes, I think it gets knocked down by how much of a clunker it was. Like 48 is really F tier because there was so much hype around that game and it was over like instantly.
Yeah.
This game had so much hype. It was the one chance Mahomes would have at Brady, and he lost badly.
Yeah.
More so because of the offensive line, but it's I'd probably put it like C tier. This is Brady. In my opinion, the GOAT debate ended after 51. After the 28-3 comeback.
Yeah.
The GOAT debate really ended here.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's going to touch him again.
I said it like really. That really ended the GOAT debate.
I don't think... I don't know if Mahomes will win another 4 Super Bowls.
I mean, it's too soon to tell, but I would
He
put
could.
This... He could.
But 7's a lot right now. Having 7's a lot right now.
That is more than any franchise. Any franchise.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking C tier.
I'll go C. Sure.
Is it above Super Bowls 1 and 2?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Is it better than 17, which was... Wait a minute. What am I... Okay, 17 was... What was 17? I'm brain farting. That was 82 when Riggins ran for the touchdown. Is it better than that?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll put it there.
All right. Oh, no. I was saying that's the correct Super Bowl.
Oh. Is this better than 17? When Riggins ran for the touchdown?
No. I think the Riggins one's better.
Is this better than Super Bowl 9, which was Steelers, the first Steeler-Cowboy one? No, I don't think it was.
This was the first Steelers-Cowboy?
Super Bowl 9 is when Lynn Swann had that crazy catch. Right? Am I wrong?
No, Super Bowl 9's Vikings. Steelers.
Oh.
Yeah, it's better than that.
Yeah, okay, we'll stop there. Yeah. All right, fine. C tier. So, 56. We got a 1-year break from Mahomes. this is the second year in a row that a team hosted the Super Bowl after never seeing it. It was 2 years in a row.
Yeah, that's wacky, right?
Really good game.
It was
Really
a
good
great
game.
game.
Burrow to Chase was obviously a great connection. Odell had a touchdown in the Super Bowl, and then he got hurt.
Yeah.
Cooper Kupp capping off the best season ever by beating Eli Apple, which the whole world loved to see. Has anyone in the history of
I
Twitter
hate
ever
Eli
gotten,
Apple.
Has anyone in the history of Twitter caught a bigger blitz than Eli Apple after that Super Bowl? That was amazing.
Because he runs his mouth too.
Yeah, like I've never seen the whole sports world gang up to bash one player. And for nothing he did off the field. He's not like an evil person or anything. Like, he didn't commit a horrible crime as far as we know. But he's just an asshole, and his teammates didn't like him.
He just
why was Hollywood Brown making fun of
shit.
him? Like Hollywood Brown was making fun of him. Like I was like, damn. We the world discovered how much everyone hates him.
I think
you had the most fire halftime show. One of the most fire halftime shows of all time, if you ask me.
I think it's solidly an A tier.
I agree, but where in A tier? Is it above?
Is it?
It's better than 54. It's better than 36. Easy. Is it better than 32? That was Elway beating the Packers.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it better than?
I think so.
Is it better than Joe Montana beating Cincinnati when he hit John Taylor?
It ended in a very similar way against the same team.
God, if Aaron Donald didn't get to Burrow, he hits Chase open and the Bengals probably win. But Aaron Donald would not be denied. I think it's above 56, but 56. I think it's above 23, but behind 44. Or maybe it's above 44 actually. No, I'll put it above 44
yeah,
too.
It's better than 44.
Is it better than 25? I'd stop.
I think that's where we stop it.
All right, that's fine. Okay, we have 3 more. 3 Mahomes Super Bowls in a row. 2 of them are wins. 57. This Super Bowl kind of feels like the opposite of 51, if that makes any sense. Really good game, honestly. High scoring, 38-35. You had big plays on defense. Nick Bolton had the touchdown. You had, like I said, the tush push. Really high scoring game. It ended in a controversy because of the holding penalty on, I think, Bradbury. But also, I don't feel like this game it's weird. It's a really good game. Is it that memorable?
Not really.
It's a weirdly, not talked about game for a game that was really good.
I think it's an A tier game.
Yeah, it's definitely. I think it's probably lower than 56 in my opinion.
Yeah, I liked seeing Stafford get his ring.
And Aaron Donald and Kupp and Ramsey.
Cooper Kupp literally had the best receiving season ever.
Probably, yeah. Unless you want to argue for 87 Jerry Rice, but I guess 87 Jerry Rice went one and done on those Niners. But I would put it. Is it behind 44? What do you think?
I think it's better than 44.
All right, it'll be between 56 and 44.
I think it's better than 44, yeah.
All right, now we have 2 left. The first one is the game that the Ravens should have been in if they didn't piss down their leg in the conference championship. Another one this one's more famous than 57, definitely. Because it went to overtime.
Yeah.
I'm brain farting. People for some reason got mad at Shanahan for starting on offense at overtime. The low scoring game, a lot of defense. You had a big turnover. I think the Niners muffed a punter. It hit the knee, live ball. This cemented the Chiefs dynasty. It officially made them a dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of gave Mahomes some leg in the GOAT debate. Obviously, I mean, I think trying to make the case he's a GOAT already is ridiculous, but
yeah,
I think that officially gave it some ground to stand on.
Yeah.
You have a rematch. The 49ers getting rejected again in what might be their last chance with that group of guys. For some of them, it was their last chance. I'm getting 25. Do you think it's better than 57?
Nah, I don't know. 57 was good. Probably
Uh,
not.
uh,
Probably not.
I think it's more famous than 57, but I don't think it was a better game. It'd be weird
I
to have
don't think it
50.
was a better
It's weird
game.
to have 56, 57, 58 all in a row, but that's probably where
Yeah,
we agree.
yeah, I think so. And then this next one's a F tier.
Uh, yeah, probably. The only thing I really remember from this was the freaking tush push. That kind of because we didn't even get to see Saquon go off because the Chiefs put everything on the
Yeah.
line to stop him. I guess it was kind of
Yeah.
satisfying to watch the Chiefs finally be stopped to a halt.
I don't know, man. I hate the Eagles. I didn't want them. I was rooting for the Chiefs.
I wouldn't. I was glad. I appreciated the Chiefs for beating the Bills, so I wouldn't have hated a
Yeah.
Chiefs win. But do we think it's F?
I think it's an F tier game, yeah.
Is it better than 48?
No.
Is it better than 40? I put it between 48 and 40.
Yeah. Yeah, it's better than 40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one. I'll
Yeah.
tell you one thing. If we were ranking what it did for Jalen Hurts discourse, it'd be what it did for NFL discourse. It'd be in freaking Z tier. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
we had some of the worst takes ever spawned was because of this game where Jalen
Yeah.
Hurts was really good. I mean, he was good in the other Super Bowl too. But that's the list. I know Mark can't see it, but it's available. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 8 Super Bowls in S tier. 52, 51, 49, 42, 43, 34, 38, 47. If you want a top 10, if you want to narrow down to a top 10, it goes from 10 to 1, it goes 56. Then, or wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it goes 25 at number 10, then 13, then 47, 38, 34, 43, 42, 49, 51, 52. I'm still back and forth on 51 and 52. I almost want to put 51 at number 1, but 52 is a better game, like, throughout.
Yeah.
But I think a top 5 of 52, 51, 49, 42, 43 is irrefutable, I think. I don't think that's up for debate
Yeah.
for the best 5
Yeah.
Super Bowls. But how many do we have in F tier? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 13 in F tier.
I feel like that's a lot.
Well, there were a lot of clunkers. Super Bowl 12 is the worst Super Bowl ever, according to our list. I don't really have any qualms about that. Followed by 15. If you want to give 15 an edge over 12, because at least it's the Raiders or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a lot. It's kind of surprising looking back at how many like not good Super Bowls there are, because there were some real stinkers.
Yeah, there are.
But that is our tier list. If you want to complain in the comments, go ahead. I will probably address. Actually, I don't know if I'll address your comments if you sound like an idiot. That's my rule of thumb. If you make a real interesting argument, maybe I'll give you the time of day. But that is our tier list for Super Bowls. Yeah. We will see. Maybe when we do this show next, we will decide where 60 goes. Where, you know what? Let's do a prediction. S through F. Where do you think 60 is going to end up?
I think 60 is going to be in S tier. I think it's going to be a great game.
Okay.
I'm optimistic.
I hate to sound like a pessimist. I don't think it's going to be. I'm going to go low A. I think it's going to be like in next to 54.
Wow.
Let me adjust. I need to adjust my computer a little bit. Okay. So I think
it's going to be perfect.
I think it'll be.
I think it's going to be so much scoring, and then Stephon Diggs is going to be on a breakaway showboating, and he's going to drop the ball on the 1-yard line and do a Deshaun Jackson.
That would be very fun.
And it's going to be and then Patriots fans are going to say we base.
And then he'll go to jail. That's a wicked 1-2 punch. You blow the Super Bowl, and then you're behind bars. That's unfortunate. Don't beat your girl up next time, or whoever was he beat up. Don't do that again.
I think it was his chef.
Oh yeah, it was his chef. But anyway,
it's horrible.
But anyway, we can now pivot to a little mini game we're gonna do. We said we weren't gonna talk about the Hall of Fame, and we're not. But we will do another draft because the Hall of Fame came out, and obviously Drew Brees, the great Drew Brees, first ballot Hall of Famer. If you contested that, you're an idiot. Super Bowl champion, all the counting stats. He should have won at least one MVP, maybe two. But
Hmm.
one of the best to ever do it. Can you scoot up a little further? We need your headspace like a little closer to the top. I'm sorry, we need to block Kyle Pitts. No offense, Kyle Pitts. You're a good player. But with that being said, we're gonna do a draft of Drew Brees teammates. You obviously cannot have Drew Brees, but we're gonna do our same format: quarterback, running back, two receivers, tight end, defense, and you got to pick those early Chargers or some Saints. And
Some Saints.
weirdly enough, there might be more Chargers than you think, or maybe not more than you
Yeah.
think if you're smart. But with that being said, we need to decide who goes first.
Or are we gonna rock paper scissors it again?
You want to rock paper scissors it again, or do you want to? Oh no.
Well, I went first for Seahawks and you went first for Patriots. Should I go first?
You've gone first
Should
in
we
these
just
drafts more than I
alternate?
have, honestly.
You could go
If
first.
we're going off of fairness, let's rock paper scissors.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
That's bogus. You saw me. You went like a whole second after me.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. I literally went.
It's also a
We just can't.
Okay.
We just
We
can't
can do
sync
it
it. We
again.
just can't sync it up properly. You
So
know
what
what?
do you? How do you want to
You know what?
decide
Here's
it?
what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. I got it. So now that we have the powers of OBS, we're gonna go here. Here's what we're gonna do. All right, here we go. We have a coin. Heads or tails?
Okay.
Heads or tails?
I'll go heads.
All right, it's heads. You're going first.
Okay.
All right, so that'll take us
I didn't
here.
know OBS has a coin.
Yep, that wasn't OBS. I went to Google.
Oh, you went to Google.
Let's
Okay.
Google.
I was like, oh,
All
that's
right.
cool.
All right, we're gonna have you go first. We'll go and start. All right.
All right.
Wait. Draft the best team possible, only using Drew Brees teammates.
All right. With the first pick, I'm gonna go LaDainian Tomlinson.
Okay, I thought you were gonna take Rivers and have the better quarterback.
Mm-mm.
Oh, that's interesting. I was weirdly confident that you were gonna take Rivers and I was gonna get LT. So this is interesting. So I might need to look at. I don't know if there's another like really good quarterback for you to pick from that was a Drew Brees backup. I know there's one I'm thinking of that you can pick. Like you're not gonna get a bum. I have to take Phillip Rivers. I have to.
Okay. That's fair.
Yep.
And here's a crossroads. Because honestly, like there's not Drew Brees didn't play with like a bunch of great receivers. He probably had like one like Michael Thomas was probably the only Michael Thomas's peak was like otherworldly levels of elite.
Yes.
He had a great season. Wow. Wow.
See, I'm looking at a certain position too. Ooh, I'm torn between these two guys at this one position if I get to pick.
I think I know who you're thinking of. So I'm going to let you do that because I think I have good options for that. I'm going to take Michael Thomas for my receiver.
Okay. He had an unbelievable 2019. Everyone called him Slam Man, but he was fantastic. That's a really. I'm debating between the two tight ends. Is that what you figured?
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Graham or Antonio Gates? I think I should just I'd rather have to go with the latter of those guys than have to wait on receivers more. So if you pick a tight end with your next pick, I'll just take the other guy and be fine with it. I need to get a receiver. So I think the only other like big I'm looking through the rosters, which is fine. I think the only other receiver with them is Vincent Jackson. I
forgot about Vincent Jackson.
Who had an elite 2012, 1,300 receiving yards, 19.2 yards per reception. Holy cow. I'm also wondering if there's because I'm not gonna lie, we did the Seahawks draft. I forgot JSN.
Yeah.
I
I
picked.
was thinking old Seahawks.
I
Yeah.
was too. I didn't want to.
We also
Literally,
forgot.
I'm the biggest idiot
We
in the
also
world. JSN never crossed my mind, and he won
we
Offensive
also
Player of the Year.
forgot Warren. We also forgot Warren Moon.
I picked Joey Galloway ahead of JSN. I should be ashamed of myself. I really don't want to make that mistake again. But obviously Drew Brees isn't playing anymore. I also wonder if there was some absolute legend who played the twilight of his career in New Orleans at receiver. But I also like Emmanuel Sanders. He was good. But I'm not exactly going to be head over heels for freaking Emmanuel Sanders.
Yeah.
I really hope I'm not forgetting somebody, but I don't think the Chargers or those Saints had, like you said, some amazing receiver at the end of their career. I'm trying to think of like the all-time greats and wondering if they had a cup of coffee with Breeze in New Orleans or San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not thinking of anybody, so I'm just going to pick. I know. I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody. I'll pick Vincent Jackson.
Okay, that's a good pick. I'm gonna pick Antonio Gates.
Okay, that's fine.
Tight end.
I wanted Jimmy Graham, so I'm glad you did that. I'm not going to pick him yet, though.
Okay.
I will wait until probably the last pick. I should go ahead and get either my defensive player or another wide receiver. Who are some great defensive players? Obviously, Cameron Jordan was great.
I could think of a few.
I think he played with Antonio Cromartie, right? Let's look it up.
Was Antonio? I didn't even know Antonio Cromartie was a Saint.
I'm talking about the Chargers. No, he didn't. Okay, no, he.
Oh
wasn't.
yeah, no,
no. He wasn't with Breeze though, so
you're right.
I can't pick them. This is an interesting one. I'm trying to think of what other wide receivers. I'm gonna like kick myself if I'm missing out on some like amazing wide receiver. I mean, Marcus Colston was good, but do they have like an amazing? And I don't care if you look it up. I really don't care. That's what I'm doing.
I'm not looking anything up right now.
Did he play with? No, he didn't play with. Tight end or defense? Or not tight end. Receiver or defense? I could just pick Marcus Colston, who is pretty good. I also, because like if I know Randy Moss didn't play for the Saints, but if you had a cup of coffee with Drew Brees, it counts, and you get him in their prime, because you got prime Jerry Rice with the Seahawks. Obviously, Seahawks legend Jerry Rice. I don't think Isaac Bruce played for them. Yeah, why did I think the Saints had some like all-time great player for like 5 minutes at the end of their career?
Yeah, really I can't think of anybody.
It doesn't really look like it. I don't think Calvin Johnson played for New Orleans. Yeah, that'll kind of. I'll stop messing with that. So, receiver or defense? Who did he have on defense? I think that's where I should go. I don't think he played with Seau, did he? Unless Seau was on that team in 01. He might have been, actually. Hold on.
He probably did.
If Seau was on that team, I'm picking him. He was. Okay, give me Junior Seau.
Okay. It's a good pick.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to fill out my wide receiver too. I'm going to get a deep cut. Joe Horn.
Yeah, Joe Horn.
Early 2000s Saints Pro Bowler.
What was his prime like?
He was pretty good.
How good was prime Joe Horn? He obviously had the phone.
He was good. He wasn't like crazy,
he had a 1,300
but he was good.
Season.
Yeah.
He was good. He was really good. Dang, I probably should have picked him. I kind of forgot about him. My football knowledge is betraying me. I'm gonna blame it on me rifling through all the Super Bowls like it was only me and you were. like kind of the Eagles say they lost the Super Bowl because of the turf. Obviously, the Eagles.
Do they say that?
Obviously,
they do.
Obviously, the Eagles are the only team that played on. Obviously, the Chiefs played on like really good grass, and only the Eagles are slipping and falling all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have to worry about like positional value anymore. Like, so I can just pick whoever. I think I know who I want my running back to be, and he's not.
I think I know who you're gonna pick.
Let me just make sure. I like want to double check and make sure this guy was as much of a beast as I think he was. Let's see here.
So it's actually funny when you say the cup of coffee thing. Joe Horn and Breeze only played together for 1 year, I think.
There you go.
Or maybe 2. It was like 2006, 2007. They didn't play together long.
Who'd you think I was gonna pick?
I thought you were gonna pick. Wait, who did you previously pick?
Seau. I'm talking about running backs.
Who did? Oh, I thought you were gonna pick. I thought you were gonna pick LaDainian Tomlinson if you had the first pick.
I would have, but I'm looking at running backs now.
Oh! No, I thought you were gonna pick Antonio Gates.
God, there's not really. There's Reggie Bush. I think I'm gonna pick my running back. There's Reggie Bush. There's Darren Sproles. There's Alvin Kamara.
That's kind of it.
That's not bad. It sounds like I'm settling for a receiving back, whether I like it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Again, unless there was some just absolute unit that had a cup of coffee. I'm not picking Ty Montgomery. So, ooh, wait a minute. Oh, hold on. Actually, no. I know who I'm picking. I just need to make sure they were teammates. I need to make sure they played together. I'm like near certain they did. Yes, running back. Give me Michael Turner.
Oh, I didn't know that they were.
He was teammates with Tomlinson. Him and LT were together.
Okay.
He had 2008 in Atlanta. He had 1,699 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Give me.
Okay.
He's not better than LaDainian Tomlinson, but he's like not that far behind.
Yeah. I'll go defense and pick Cam Jordan.
Okay. Franchise legend. He probably should have been traded years ago, but I guess he wants to stay in New Orleans forever.
Yeah.
So who do I have left? I have receiver and tight end. I'm gonna pick Jimmy Graham. I don't worry about. And you need a quarterback, right? That's all you have left.
Yeah.
Just give me Jimmy Graham.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm gonna go Mark Brunell.
Yeah, he won a Super Bowl. He was a backup.
Super Bowl, 3-time Pro Bowler and Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, shout out
Mark Brunell.
I'm happy for those kinds. I'm happy for those kinds of players to get a ring at the end of their careers.
Yeah,
when they weren't
just
really
being like, yeah,
when it wasn't really warranted. I can't. How could you not pick the great Doug Flutie? Unbelievable.
Maybe next time.
I'm looking at Saints backups. Hold on.
Was Doug Flutie Breeze's backup?
Yes. I actually think I think
Really?
Breeze sat behind Flutie for a little bit.
On the Chargers?
Yes. Wow, how could you not pick Luke McCown? Wow, they're back. Their list of backup quarterbacks is not pretty. All right, I just need my wide receiver. I have Vincent Jackson already. You took Michael Thomas and Joe Horn, right?
Yeah.
Who am I not? Keenan McCardell was really good.
When was he a teammate? When was Keenan McCardell a teammate?
In San Diego. At least I'm pretty sure.
I didn't. Really? Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
I thought Keenan McCardell was on the Buccaneers in the early 2000s. Only the Buccaneers. He was on the Super Bowl team.
Yeah. I don't want Tim Dwight. That's for damn sure. Let's see. Receiving yards. I forgot about David Boston. Shout out. Loki, David Boston was really good for a couple of years. Hold on. He might be my pick, actually. He completely fell off once he went to San Diego, but he led the league in receiving one year in Arizona.
Really?
1598, and was a first-team All-Pro. I think that's my best bet.
Probably.
Who am I not thinking of? Marcus Colston, Emmanuel Sanders. Let's make sure I want to make sure McCardell is actually on the table. Keenan McCardell, 92 to 07. Yeah, in 04, Keenan McCardell was on the Chargers.
Okay.
His most receiving yards.
Was Breeze?
He had a 1,200-yard year, actually.
I thought. Was Breeze? Yeah, he was. Yeah, never mind. Yeah.
All right.
He
And with
was.
and with my last pick, he's very forgotten, but he did lead the league in receiving in 2001. David Boston.
All right.
And now you need your quarterback.
I picked my quarterback
Oh, you
already.
did?
Yeah.
Wow. My brain is fried.
I'm tired.
We've been
Yeah, I'm tired.
All right, comment who won. All right, that is the end of the show. We didn't do like NFL honors or Hall of Fame talk. I don't really feel like we needed to.
There's not much needed to
To discuss.
we needed to really
A
yeah.
little behind the scenes info for all of you. We for the first 4 episodes, we actually recorded this through Zoom, and since I'm not shelling out X amount of money a month, we had a 40-minute time limit, and that was a huge pain in the ass to work around. But I have finally cracked the code on using OBS, so we are no longer tied to the shackles of that time limit. So people who are still here, what should they comment?
Alrighty.
What should they comment if they're still here?
Comment Mark Brunell.
If you comment Mark Brunell, I'll give you a little heart. All right. That's it. See ya.